What's up, guys? It's Crazy Little Ari. They got me up here doing this day off show, and I'm freaking tired as hell. Just got from JFK, came to Brooklyn to do this show, and we gonna rock out. Make sure you guys check me out on Crazy Little Ari, all social networks. That's Crazy Little Ari. I just shot 2 music videos in LA, and I'm ready to push them out on YouTube. Crazy Little Ari. That's me. Alright, here we go. About to do this interview at the day off show. Wish me luck.
What's up, man? Steve Lobel, and they got me out here early in Brooklyn, but they don't understand. I'm from Queens, so we're always working 25/8, no days off. We're about to go upstairs, do an interview with Steve Lobel. We always working, man. Doesn't matter being in Brooklyn, man. Rest in peace, Biggie, but I'm from Queens. Rest in peace, Jam Master Jay. About to go upstairs and get on the radio. No days off show, but there is really never no days off. Like my mentor Russell Simmons says, sleep when you die. I do this interview with No Days Off show on a Sunday in Brooklyn. I'm Steve Lobel. My Instagram is We Working. Twitter's at Steve Lobel. Or you can just Google me. 30 years in the music industry. I got a resume, I got stripes. Just Google it, you'll figure out who I am, what I've done, and we working. What's up, it's Steve Lobel. I'm about to go do the interview right now with the No Days Off show. And there's really no days off with me, because we're always working.
Oh my God. Mad early. Hey, it's Kat Raquel. My girl Les.
What's up?
Working in Brooklyn, about to do the Day Off Morning show. And I think we're a little late, but I think we'll be all right.
I think we're good.
Okay, all right. All the way out in here in Brooklyn, but this should be dope. And I heard the chef is,
I'm hungry.
girl, grits, shrimp. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, y'all? Kat Raquel, about to do the Day Off Morning show. Got my girl Les here with me. You can find me online. Check out my music. I'm a singer-songwriter signed to BMG Music Publishing. You can find me at Kat Raquel on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. We're about to go in here. Go. I am here. What's up, y'all? I'm about to do this interview. Y'all check it out. And yeah.
Bryant. They got me up early in the morning doing the Day Off Morning show. Here we go. Rashad Bryant from Delilah Sweet Sensation. You can find me on Instagram at Chef Ra 201 and Delilah Sweet Sensation, and on Facebook at Rashad Bryant.
Sit down.
About to do this interview at the Day Off Morning show. Come check it out.
We treat our guests and we. Oh man, I gotta start it with an oh man because we was just rocking, baby. We was rocking early in the morning because we gonna have a special guest calling in today. We got the lovely CeCe Peniston calling in. If y'all know about CeCe Peniston, man.
Everyone remembers her music. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, good morning.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to everybody out there listening to us. What's going on, world? All New York, Tri-State, what's going on with y'all? Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody had a good week. And you know we rocking with the Day Off show. You know, our lovely co-host and our host and everybody's in the building today.
Yes.
We got some lovely hosts up there.
That's a fact.
Thank you,
Always got
guys.
nothing but the best. See, class is in session today. DJ Classic, he's having a good time, man. We gotta have that going, man. We gotta have that going. You
What
know
have
what
you
I'm
guys
saying?
been up to? You on your grind?
Oh man, it's been a
It's
crazy
been
week.
incredible week, honestly. I
Okay.
went to LA. I shot like 2 music videos, commercials out there.
Dope.
Was a part of so many great things. I went to Malibu and fell in love.
Wait a second, go. You came straight from the plane.
I came
to here?
straight, yeah.
That's what
Look
I
how
came
dedicated
for.
I am.
Yep.
And
That's
I
dedication.
stayed in the newest, tallest building in the Western Hemisphere, the Intercontinental downtown LA.
Dope.
Is that so?
Gorgeous, gorgeous Hotel. Everything's on my YouTube channel, Alex Goldie.
We'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
Definitely. All the behind the scenes.
When
yeah.
are your music videos gonna be released?
I'm thinking of, I have like 4 music videos. I have already one music that's finished to We Celebrate. That was fine. And then I have a second one to a little more. And then the one that I was doing was Let It Pour. And then I have one more, Crazy Little Me. So I think I'm just gonna put together a 4 package and then just release an EP with the visuals.
I like that.
Forward to that.
Yeah.
And if anybody did not know, and if you didn't follow us, and now you know, we was at that party and bullshit with my boy Jack Thriller. We had a good fucking time over there, man.
Oh, that was
say.
I had a great time.
I had a great time. Y'all had a great time?
We
I got
did.
my hair done, my makeup done.
The food was great. We got
The
drinks.
food was good.
Man, listen, it
The
was
vibe
so much
was
stuff
amazing.
going on,
It was
man.
extraordinary.
They had masseuse in there too.
Class said it was extraordinary.
V-Dot.
Class said it was extraordinary.
It was alright. I like that. I like that. I like that. It was,
You look
it
like
was
you enjoyed
different.
yourself the most.
Nah, you look like you was enjoying yourself, bro.
yo,
Yo, why did you shout us out though? What the fuck is up with you?
Ooh.
You!
What you mean? What I do?
You trying to tell people that we're talking or something?
Wait, say that again. I didn't even hear you. What she said?
When you
Yeah, I was
mentioned
like-
that you guys had dated.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
yo, listen, man. Sometimes,
You know what? I like it.
sometimes
on.
things is good for me. You feel me?
Nah, it was good. I like that. That was dope. Now we had a good time. I mean, the food was off the hook.
I think we was the most lit guests on that goddamn show. I'm sorry.
We were.
Yeah,
we were.
We was
Class, I think you got this one, bro.
Yeah, you
Yo.
did.
Shout out to the Ciroc boys, but you
Shout out
know,
to Ciroc
we love
boys
you
in the
all.
building. They were
Shout
definitely
out,
in the
shout out Trap Jackson. He added me the next day.
Oh, shout out to Michael Trapson.
Michael Jackson. I was
Michael
trying to
He's
Wait,
Trapson.
that's his name?
Yes.
Michael Trapson. Because I'm gonna tell you why. He's supposed to be Michael Jackson, but he's the Trapson. So he's doing all the things that if Michael Jackson would have done, but at a trap store. I definitely like that.
So
I ain't gonna front. I was getting my hair cut. And when he walked in the building, I was like, oh! Wait, no, y'all forgot he died. No, that's not him, that's not him. But he,
I'm talking to Goldie and I'm looking at out the window and I'm like, I think Michael Jackson just walked by. I don't know. And so Goldie's like trying to look out the window. She's trying to like,
Yeah, I was looking out the window because I was like, what are you talking about?
it's like
And then this guy just came out.
So guys, I get to open up for Chief Keef next month
Yo,
in Vegas
that's-
and Colorado and maybe Cali.
that's dope.
Oh my God, right? I don't even have a fucking record out yet.
But see, that's
You know
what
what
you
I
call a
mean?
grind though. But that's what you call a
gotta put that
grind.
shit together.
Oh no, it's together. I'm waiting to release a campaign
That's what
and
you
a
call a
major,
grind.
marketing project behind it. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of like all these industry standards and people say, oh, you got to do this. You have to have 20 records. You need a follow-up record. Oh, you can't choose. You have to choose one lane. Like I just did a Latin show on Friday night, sang at Highline Ballroom. Next month I'm gonna do a fucking hip hop show. So I'll do what I want.
Exactly.
Artists.
Yeah.
Yo, I
Great.
noticed you've been cursing a lot lately.
Lately.
Ooh.
You was on a party and bullshit, and you was really on your bullshit.
Yeah. You know me.
Tina was, I'm motherfucking Tina tall
I
ass.
have Tina
Get the
motherfucking
fucking
Torres.
on me.
You better get
I
straight.
had that shit.
No,
Yeah, that.
Somebody made you mad.
Yo, I got something to tell you.
Yes.
I was talking to Ciroc Boy
Chris,
Prez,
what
right?
happened?
Who?
I was talking to Ciroc Boy Prez. That's one of the Ciroc boys. And I talked to them, and I'm gonna have them come to the show. And they coming next
Yeah,
month.
cool.
They coming next month.
Yeah. Are they gonna bring some Ciroc?
Oh,
Oh, the
Bottles.
new
I already
fresh
talked to
vanilla.
him.
I
Bottles.
wanna
Did you
taste
try it?
No, I haven't tasted it yet.
I don't know what I want to actually mix that with.
Yeah, what would you mix it
You know
with?
what?
Coke.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because the French vanilla Coke.
Right.
Just on ice is
Yeah.
good too, though.
Yeah,
The
it's
summer colada on ice is
Some
bomb.
coladas off the hook.
I don't think, yeah, I've never had that either.
Nah, it's that because you know what? It's a little mix up. It's a
I'm
mix
not a
up.
big vodka drinker.
I'm not a big vodka drinker.
Ain't that man weird?
You shut up.
Ever?
I swear to God, I never drank in my life.
No.
You never drank mimosa out there?
Huh?
Wait, yeah.
He's lying.
I swear to God, I never drank in my life. I don't drink. I swear.
Put that on
I
everything.
never really know
I'm
it.
against alcohol.
Shut up.
Wait,
Why do you have that smirk on your
Listen, he's against all types of alcohol. At the end of the day.
Everything. Anybody that knows me knows I don't drink.
He's against all types of alcohol.
Well,
He's
now we
against-
know you.
He's against
But I'll
drinking
buy you a
alcohol.
drink.
He's
I'll
against
buy
rubbing
you a
alcohol.
drink.
He don't care.
He's gonna get the girl
I
drunk.
mean, you can get fucked up. I mean,
Sure, I'm
it's
just.
best that one of us are aware of things.
Do you smoke?
Nah.
You don't do.
I could roll a blunt though, but I
Okay.
can't smoke.
Wow.
So do you do anything?
Huh?
he's just naturally.
Sex before marriage.
Do you come from a religious household as well?
Nah, actually, I come from a household where everybody's fucking alcohol.
No.
Oh, that's why I get
Nah, I
it.
don't drink. I just choose not to. I'm high up for life. I go off people's energy. I'm not to sound spiritual. I'm not really spiritual, but I'm all about vibes. It sounds funny, but
And he's very
I'm
You're a
very
spirit
into
being.
my vibe.
He's really emotional.
You're emotional too.
I like that, 'cause that's how I go off
off.
too.
I know. I was like, I need to
Everybody's spiritual.
Oh,
just
Goldie,
some
you needed
people
a
aren't
hug?
aware of
It's
it.
all about energy.
Yeah.
So you hit class and you help me.
No,
I need a
I
hug
don't
and
know
Yo, you know what?
I don't know what the conversation
You
was.
guys
but-
texted me talking about you needed a hug, and
I know.
I was trying to give you that hug, but we was far away. So,
He was.
yo, why you be blowing up that we be venting to each other and shit? Like, Goldie, don't go there.
You're the one who just brought that
I
up.
text you. I said, yo, you good? You was like, I don't even know.
Because I'm a woman.
Yo, you're
Women
too
don't
fucking
know.
emotional. Y'all emotional. Yo, Maria's never emotional. Maria's always here and she's lit.
Yes,
She's
she
never,
is. She's emotionally
Always-
inside.
Well, listen.
Look at her, she's fucking glowing.
I like
How fun.
Maria, y'all.
Spins in chairs.
I never seen a white tee look so good.
But wait a minute, class. Speaking of Maria, did y'all see? She came in with the new flip hairstyle.
I know, really.
Yeah.
Balls.
Usually she comes
know
in.
what? She's got
She
this-
usually comes in with her man bun. Oh, excuse me. Look. I'm messing with you. Listen, I'm just messing with you.
Yo,
You know, she's got this 90s,
Did
90s
you
vibe
get
though
the-
today.
Yo, I swear to
Doesn't
God, I
she?
think she got
The
that
hoop
shit done right.
earrings, the
Go ahead.
chain, the hairstyle. 90s. I love it.
Nah, still.
You look like you got your hair done right before
No,
you
she
got
looked like I said. She looks
yesterday
like
at
she's
9
in
a.m.
love.
it. Yeah.
Are you in love?
I'm in love.
Wait.
I am.
Oh, that is so cute.
Wait. Time out.
Fuck, dude.
You in love?
Yeah.
Wait. What was this?
4 years ago.
That long?
You've been in a relationship
You've been
for 4
doing the
years?
same person for
Yeah.
4 years?
Damn, you know that I haven't even.
Wait, like only? Like only?
Right?
Like only.
Goldie, tell him.
Wow.
Like only.
And it's really happy?
Yeah.
It's lit. Like,
Wow. And you guys
Not just the
fight?
lights. That's not the only thing that's
If
lit.
that's
Not
not-
just the
yeah.
lights.
We're like a bunch of unbelievers.
Hold
here.
on.
Like,
Yo, wait. Let me
can't
get this
believe this
right.
shit.
Let me get this right. So I'm saying, like, you been with your girlfriend, right? Oh, it's a girl? It's a girl.
Yeah.
But y'all know she's gay.
Yo, DJ,
She got it.
you're like trying to.
She says it mad cute. You ever hear when girls say they're gay? Like, I'm gay. But she's gay. She's really gay. So
It's
you
just
been.
women that can say it like
I have
that.
a question.
Hey, I'm gay. They can just say it like that and it just sounds sexy.
Niggas
And
can't say
then-
shit like
and
that.
And then guys be like, oh my god, you are. Oh my god, that sounds so great.
They can say that shit. Yo, I'm gay, son.
Guys are so nasty.
Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
So,
Wait. Go ahead.
well, I have a new segment. It's called On Blast.
Uh-oh.
So,
I don't want to be a part of
I was
that.
scrolling through my.
I don't want to be a part of
I
that.
was scrolling through my Instagram today, this morning,
Oh lord.
Hopefully it's
and
not-
as much as I have the utmost respect for Queen Bee, and I love the shit out of her, but why did she come?
Nah. Be
No,
careful when you go say
We
about Beyonce.
going there.
Be careful when you go say about Beyonce.
Oh, Beyonce?
Wait a
Just
minute.
like the
Shit.
Wait a minute.
Oh, Beyonce.
Okay,
Wait a
so
minute.
Talking about
she's
love.
walking out of a venue,
Go ahead.
and beautiful is all, you know, she's got this slit in her dress, and you see all leg, and then behind that, you see one spank. She cut off the leg on her Spanx for, you know, to see the entire, like, come on, man.
Oh, wait.
Like, she cut
You
off
was
one
all
leg
up
on her
in her
Spanx.
fucking
I just scrolled
But
through
she
that.
had to do that because of her dress.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No, that's not on blast. You gotta look good.
She gave birth?
Listen,
already.
as women,
Oh, man.
I am tired of a false sense of image being projected. We need to love and accept ourselves for who we fuck Spanx. To be honest, fuck bras give you cancer. Spanx get like this is a whole.
So you don't wear bras.
You just talking that
Actually,
shit.
I'm
but your
I'm
body's
wearing them.
crazy.
I'm wearing. Oh, thank you, class. No, but I'm just no. I'm really saying. When I was growing up, my body type was not
Yo,
popular.
if you had that.
I was very insecure about my
Yo,
body.
listen, you
I got
got
made fun of.
one
People
baby
call
and
me
your
chunky
shit gonna
butt.
look like that, you know. Don't be trying to hate on Beyonce. I don't
Yeah, don't
She
hate on
just had a baby.
Beyonce.
Where's your woman
She needs
empowerment?
Faja, okay, to keep everything
All right,
together so she can look
We all
good.
have different opinions. We all have
Shit.
Tina, I'm gonna see you in a bad day because I've yet to see you in a bad day.
Oh, I have some off days.
You never had a day when your butt was just hanging and it wasn't sitting
No,
up right?
because it's real.
Oh, 'cause-
No, there's no black China
I was talking to
here.
you like a bartender for a second. I'm sorry.
Damn. This is all black.
We're talking about.
Okay.
Listen.
So put on blast. Can we give a shot to Beyonce?
I love you,
Listen,
Beyonce.
no, we're not
I
giving a
love
shot to
Beyonce. She's amazing.
Fuck, Jago,
Of
come
course
over
she's
here and
amazing,
press
but
us
come
on.
on.
Listen.
My only
Alright,
problem
you
with
gotta
Beyonce
figure
is
that.
she, like,
Hold
she's
up.
not, to me, it's still, she's very guarded.
Yeah.
And I sometimes I don't get enough real from her. She's too much, you know what I mean? Anyway, but love Queen Bee. Next person on blast, Kevin Hart. Goldie put us, you told us, right? That he actually admitted to cheating.
Why y'all acting blind
I'm
to this
so
shit that niggas cheat
heartbroken.
on pregnant women? Like, it happens.
Listen.
But he gets put on blast.
This is the saddest thing that I've ever seen because, like, a man cheating on their pregnant wife, guys.
It's so lit. Oh,
That's
so sad.
yeah. That is really sad.
Yeah, that shit is bad.
No, that is sad, class act. Come on.
And his
That's a
wife is
pregnant
so
woman.
sweet. She looks like she takes care of him. She look, you know what I mean? Like
Who takes care of who?
she looks like
No,
she
no,
takes care of
takes
him.
care of
No,
him.
I'm not talking about money wise.
All
I'm
of
talking
his
about
fans,
emotionally, like, all of that.
Guys, all his fans
What?
are like
Yo.
supporting that he came out and actually apologized. That it takes a real man to apologize.
They
What do you
do.
think about that?
Can I say
Just
something?
because,
Can I say something though? Even from his last wife, he cheated on her. Like, I don't understand. Like, women sit there and they, not to be. I just want to be real for one second. If you know a guy has a history of cheating on people, why the fuck you dating him? Like, why you marrying him?
Okay, I
he has
agree.
a history
I agree.
of
And I think
cheating
Iniko
on his
was
wife,
the
his
other
children's
woman.
mother.
With
So,
her, I think.
What do you think you doing
Maybe,
because
I
you're a
don't
little bit better that he's not gonna cheat on you?
No, you're absolutely right.
If you tell me, I'm a guy, you tell me you cheated on a dude before, I don't give a fuck if that was like 10 years ago. I'm like, this bitch has
Are
to
you in
cheat.
your feelings today?
Huh?
Are you in your feelings today?
Listen, I'm just
He's
saying.
always in his feelings.
You being a Cancer? Are you being a Cancer? I feel like you're being a Cancer today.
For some reason, it's like the sunlight is on my mic, and I feel like I'm a golden child.
Listen, let me
The sun
explain.
is shining
Hold
over
on.
your
No,
eyes,
honey,
and it's
that's
shining
me.
into your green eyes.
I'm the golden child.
No,
Get out of my
seriously, the
life.
sun is on the mic,
All right. Well, listen.
so that makes me go.
Let me stop y'all for 1 second because we got another special guest that's gonna be in the building. If you don't know, now you know. Steve Lobel is gonna be in the building,
I'm
baby.
excited to meet
I
him.
don't know.
I thought we was talking about.
Okay, let's bring class back.
I thought we was talking about that cookie dough behind me, boy. Woo.
Cookie dough.
Cookie dough.
That cookie dough.
I don't see the Pillsbury
That
dough.
crazy,
Y'all
the
need to
crazy
get out.
little
Y'all gotta get up
cookie
on
dough.
these streets.
We know
Are
what
you
we're
talking about
talking.
Ariel?
No.
Cookie
Listen, I like to make my own shit up. I'm original.
dough. What is cookie dough?
Cookie
I'm
dough.
lost.
I like that because she has freckles and
Oh,
she's
yeah.
cute.
Oh, cookie dough.
And we was just
And
talking.
delicious.
We was just talking in the waiting room, and she told me she got freckles everywhere. Big
Uh-huh.
up to females with freckles, yo. I really like
You
that
just call
shit.
her a chocolate chip.
I caught the cookie dough.
You just
But
call her a
Cookie
chocolate
dough.
chip.
I see where you got that from.
Now y'all know about.
I see it. I see
See
it.
that, right?
I see
We
it.
vibing.
We're vibing. We're here. We're a unit.
Maria, you just came from Dominicans, and now all of a sudden you glowing. Can
So let her glow.
Let me.
we put somebody else on blast?
Nah, we're
Can
not
we put somebody else on
listen.
blast?
Y'all wanna listen? We gonna take
You
a
never
break
put me on blast.
from that on blast. Hold on for a second. We gonna keep talking. We gonna have some fun. But let me just explain something to y'all, man. We had a great week, man. We definitely had a great week. The whole day off show. I just want to give a rewind of what happened, man. We was at the Party and Bullshit. I said it earlier, and I'm gonna say it again. Shout out to everybody on Party and Bullshit, man. It was definitely a great show.
Thank you, Jack.
Be done.
It wasn't.
Yes.
But listen, it wasn't even just the masseuse. I just love the way that the whole show is set up. Between the makeup, they get your hair cut, they have food on deck. I mean, we had the same thing, but the way they have the layout is dope. They have different people that come in there that you can also network with. And shout out to Disrespectful Drunk. She had some nutcrackers that had me on sleep.
Yep. The
Because-
jungle juice was
On
the
sleep.
strongest.
Cause she gave me something called Jungle Juice, and I caught myself. I was like, "Yeah, this is great." Wait, hold on. Why am I feeling like a monkey? Hold on. Wait a second. I was like, wait. I was like, yeah. So you know, today. Wait, what the hell is that? This is some real Jungle Juice right there. But I just figured out.
And it was a
I just
tiny
figured-
little bottle, too.
Nah, I had the big bottle.
Oh,
That
you
was
had the big
$10.
one?
It was a $10
Yeah, I got
bottle,
the
but she
$10
gave me that out of, we was on the show, and I got there, and I was like, I was like, dang, this is
Oh, you
some
had
Jungle
more.
Juice.
Like-
But see, I found out why I was growling, but I figured out it was just me on the toilet. So anyway, look. But nah, we had a good time, man. I mean, we definitely had a good time. So I just want to give a big shout out to Party and Bullshit, Jack Thriller. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
was
to
like a
Jack.
party.
You know what I like about
It
the
really
whole
wasn't.
shit?
So,
Everything was free. We ain't had to pay for shit.
What do we say when we got?
You know what,
Spray
though?
and spray.
It's for
You know what though? I
Yeah.
to support Disrespectfully Drunk because I really like the
that's a
owner
fact.
of the company and her vibe was dope.
Yeah,
so I make sure to
definitely.
support.
Disrespectful.
Did you see her
drunk.
mini coladas?
Oh my God,
Yo, y'all
I'm not
motherfuckers
even
is
like-
drinking.
How did you miss that class?
Because I don't drink.
I had the Patron
No,
one.
but she was right there. Like she had a cup.
Everything.
It was frozen. It
No,
was.
but he doesn't drink.
See, you understand? Class
I was
is
killing that
not
fucking that
looking
shrimp, the shrimp dish they had.
Yeah, he was. He kept going back for like
We fucking
thirds.
that shit up.
That was
lasagna. Like
It was like chicken
Oh,
and Alfredo.
No, it was a turkey lasagna.
Shout out to that chef because
That was bomb.
she was Trini and she made it known that she was a Trinidadian
That's a
too.
fact. She definitely.
I was like, this tastes good. What
Y'all
is this?
tried the other
Trini food?
ones? It was like a fried plantain.
Oh my gosh, that was
Oh.
amazing.
Oh.
It was like it was in a
And she gave a sauce to go with it. I don't know if y'all tried it.
the mango sauce, the mango.
I don't know what it was, but it was delicious. It looked like jelly.
Oh my. Oh,
It looked like jelly.
Nah, the shrimp was, the shrimp was good.
So me and class were
Yeah,
really
she
on
was
that
fucking
line.
that shit up, me and Maria.
Yeah, oh my.
That was on the lunch line.
Yes, we
Free
were.
lunch in the summer. It was,
Are chefs in the
no.
building?
No, they not here yet, but
I saw the liquor set up though. I mean the
Yeah, the
Yes,
the
Tina.
mimosas are
Yes,
great.
Tina.
the mimosas
Sorry,
is always
you know me.
The mimosas is always okay.
Tina. Yo, Tina, great.
I don't know what just
What's up
happened.
with the morning evil laugh though?
Yo, that's Tina.
I'm just a little sinister.
That's the evil in her coming out.
I just want to say to everyone, welcome to the Day Off Show, where we raw and uncut, and this is what we talk about, man, from 9 to 10, man. This is just us. This is just us, and not the NBC show either. This is just us. This is what we talk about, man. So, but I want to just know, like, my week was good. Yesterday, I had a big event yesterday. I just want to talk about it really quick. And I was in Brooklyn. And shout out to everybody that was out there. And I was actually with WBLS. And I was actually with Hot 97.
97, I saw that.
Yeah, definitely. I was actually with Hot 97 WBLS. And I was actually happy to be on stage with Lenny Green. Lenny Green does The Quiet Storm. I don't know if anybody listens.
Oh yes.
See, this is
The show. To all the women out there sitting by themselves wondering where their husband is, not with you right now.
That
Yo,
baritone in his
Yo, I grew
voice
up to
right
that
now.
dude. I ain't gonna lie. I was like,
Guess what, class? I was able to meet him yesterday. We was out there, man, and it was a great event because it was called Community Day out there by Marcy Projects, man.
What was they
And,
doing?
basically, it was a lot of different artists that was out there. We had like teenagers, we had little kids, we had grown people, and besides them performing, they had a basketball game.
He
They-
hosted it?
Yes, and
He
then
was talking like that? I couldn't even.
Nah, Lenny Green
I
was out
couldn't
there
even take him
hosting, man.
serious if he was like,
Lenny Green was out there hosting, but on top of that, I hosted right behind him, man. So it was definitely a pleasure to meet him and to actually be on the same stage with him. There was a lot of kids out there. It was called Community
is he
Day.
tall? Is he short? Like,
He's the same height as me, man.
he's tall like that?
He definitely is. I'm gonna post it. So anybody that's looking out, definitely go on my Instagram. I'm gonna post it later on with me and Lenny Green. We was out there in Brooklyn. Shout out to everybody in Marcy Projects, man, Tompkins, all that. We had a great time. That's a fact, man. And there was a lot of little kids out there. They had a bouncy house. They had rock climbing for kids. They had a big barbecue out there where everybody gets some free food. Shout out to the NYPD, because the NYPD is the one that actually let them have that. So big shout out to the NYPD for that, because it was definitely something that was interesting. And everybody was peaceful, everybody was great, and we had a good time yesterday, man.
Wow.
So definitely.
You know what I like about you?
I'm looking green, man.
I've known, like, you just seem like a community person. Like, obviously, you're on your grind, you're doing your thing.
Yeah, he really- he
but,
does.
like,
He does a lot for his
really,
community.
yeah, I
Thank
like
you.
that.
Appreciate it.
I think people, that's purpose. You have
I hear that.
purpose.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Now we just got
When he's not in the strip club hosting ass, jiggling every fucking way.
Hey, listen, that's a job
That's
too.
a nice job.
That's
a night
duality.
job.
That's
Yeah.
God and Satan. You need
Yeah.
both.
Hey, I guess so. Listen, God be like, hey, go get that money. Same like, see that ass?
Word.
So listen, man. Listen, this is the Day Off Show, man. We got a lot of different people that's gonna be in the building, and I definitely said that we're gonna have CeCe Peniston calling in. On top of that,
Wait, you didn't even know who the hell she was when I played it.
Okay, because you played the
You're a
beginning of
pop
the song.
singer and you don't know.
You played the beginning
It
of the
doesn't
song
matter.
before the
That-
lyrics
that's
came
when you
in.
hear, you know, like you.
But when did that song drop? What year?
Oh my God!
That was like in the 90s.
No, that's like.
Exactly.
But you know that
I was
beat,
like
though.
5 in the
You're supposed to know.
2000.
But once you hear, girl, you know who the fuck this that
No,
is,
you know what
right?
I feel her though? I wasn't allowed to
Listen,
listen to non-Christian music growing up, and people used to make fun of me. I remember someone played "Knockin' the Boots," and I was like, "Did you write this?" And they laughed at me. Man, rockin', knockin' the boots.
Wait,
I was knocking boots.
See,
I was knocking boots too, but it was just the dust that I was knocking off.
It was like the devil.
Knocking the boots. Get that dust off. Get that dust off.
I'm a pastor's daughter. My dad's not a pastor anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I used to be a youth pastor in my early 20s.
Wait, you used to be a
A
pastor?
youth pastor.
Every pastor.
Tina was a pastor.
It's a lot.
And now she's talking
Yo,
shit.
Flatboy.
I always
Yo,
talk shit though, but
tell the truth. Every pastor's daughter's a freak, bro. Every one of them.
yeah, I'll tell you this. I didn't kiss a boy till I was almost 18 because my dad, like, he pretty much instilled in us, like, to save our kiss till our wedding day. So I was very late in life. And
Did you have a purity ring?
I did have a period.
Oh,
But you fucked
actually, that
up.
was just a guess.
We used to travel the world, and my dad would preach a message called courting versus dating, and kids all over the world would come and commit to saving their first or their next kiss till their wedding day. Isn't that some bullshit?
So when did you get your pancake flip?
I was 19.
Pancake flips.
I was 19.
Damn, that's what I call it.
Oh, look at 10. She threw that purity ring. I'm like,
Alright, let me explain
yo, she
something.
put that shit up. Yo, Goldie's like, pancake flip. She's like, 19.
Alright, hold on, y'all. Let me explain one other thing, man. So I mentioned Steve LaBelle, 60 License on Call In. On top of that, we got another special guest. Deja Riley's gonna be in the building, man. If y'all don't know who that is, man, y'all need to go figure that out.
Just who is it? Tell us. That's why we're
I ain't gonna
here.
lie, I didn't do my homework on that one. Who's that?
Think of the name Riley.
Teddy Riley's daughter?
Exactly.
Wait, the girl?
Yes.
Soldier Boy's boo?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
You better not. You
Yo,
better not.
yo, I got something to
And
say.
guess what? On that note, we're gonna take a
She's
quick
coming
break.
today?
She's coming today. And
Wow, pancake flip.
Okay, all right, class. All right, we're gonna get a muzzle for
Yo.
this nigga. We're gonna get a muzzle. We're gonna get a chain. We're
Yo,
gonna get something.
yo, I ain't gonna lie, we getting them guests though, bro.
That's a
We
fact.
are.
We
Yo,
going.
our show is lit.
Yo, when we get Chris Rock in here, we know we made it.
I
Hey,
got-
Chris Rock.
Like, we're gonna start having weird
Listen,
shades and
let me
shit
explain something.
outside.
Thankfully to our dope and beautiful producer,
Yeah.
Sammy.
Oh yeah, Sammy's in the building. Give it up for Sammy, y'all. She's definitely in the building,
hot.
man.
She's
Oh.
hot.
She is.
No, she's just hot. She's hot. No, like you gotta go get her a drink. She's hot.
Oh,
No,
she's-
like
Oh, she
yeah.
literally. Oh.
Yeah.
And I like she do that business shit. She just looks at the phone and don't look at nobody.
Exactly. That's how you do
business.
it. But listen, this is the Day Off Show. I'm glad everybody's tuned in. We got a lot of special guests in the building, man. And of course, you got nothing but the best in the building. You got the beautiful host we here. You got my boy DJ Classic. We rocking out each and every Sunday. And we're gonna take a quick little break.
Yes.
And then when we come back, we're gonna talk about some more stuff that we got going on. And we're gonna see what's
We're
happening.
going to keep it litty.
That's a fact. We're gonna talk about what's on the menu for today. We're gonna see. So listen, let's take this quick break. We come back and let's see what's cooking. Literally, all right. You rocking with the Day Off Show on DTF Radio, baby. DJ
right.
Classic, Flyboy Chris,
Right.
your girl Tina
right.
Torres in the building, Miss Goldie,
Right.
and the lovely Maria is in the building.
Okay?
Oh,
Say
Goldie,
about that.
Goldie.
What you trying to say?
See, Goldie,
Oh.
you gotta come to the hood more often.
I've never seen a cat in a hooligan.
Exactly, because you're not in the hood.
They keep the mics
Ever.
away.
I've never seen that.
Well, we got a special guest in the building, man. I got to shout out. We got Miss Ari in the building. She's definitely one of our guests, man.
Ari,
Man, she's definitely in the building. So shout out to her. A round of applause for her for being here today, man. What's going on, Ari?
Time early, actually.
Oh, you
We
can't-
just came back from LA.
I went on a trip to LA with my best friend,
Okay.
and we had a hell of a time. We
I got a
traveled
question for y'all. Don't have to cut you, but how long y'all been best friends? Real talk.
couple years. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Couple of years. That could be 2.
No.
No, more than 2 years, but I
Like
don't
maybe
know
6.
the exact year. Maybe like I know it was
A few years.
For all y'all that don't
I was
know,
in
their
high
best friends,
school.
her and Goldie.
Yeah.
I was in high school when I met her.
Okay. And how long ago you was out of high school?
Well, I'm 22.
Okay.
So that's like 5
Yeah,
years.
that was like 2
Like
weeks
6
ago.
years. Like 6 years.
Like 2 weeks ago.
6 years. Yeah.
Best friend.
Everyone always has a problem when some girl's like, oh, this is my best friend. They're always like,
How long you knew each other?
Because
Like
people
what if
yeah.
we just connected?
Those girls always
They
say
don't
this.
seem like best friends. They seem like sisters. I don't know if I got that vibe. I got that vibe.
They seem close.
They seem very close.
Like, how close are you guys? Like, do you guys be in a club and when like guys try to talk to you, be like, this is my girlfriend type best friend?
Cock block.
Cock blocking
I don't think
her?
we do that.
No, we don't do that.
They be like, oh my God.
No,
that's
we
their
neither. No,
friend.
if you're cute, listen, if you're it, then you're it. But if you're not, you can't even talk to them.
You guys like go to each other like, yo, like, hey, help me out, like, get this.
No, we'll be like,
Oh no,
we gotta go.
sometimes in Webster Hall. Yo, in Webster Hall,
Tell
we
the
used to
truth.
party in Webster Hall,
Oh, shit.
and we were like,
No, hold up.
Wait, hold on, y'all. I just got a message. We was just talking about the party and bullshit. And we
We
was
got
talking
the shit.
We got the chef.
I just peed that. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I was just looking outside. I see him like,
Yo, the chef from
Is that
Party
the Trini
and
chef?
Bullshit. The Trini chef with the shrimp
With
and
that
the lasagna.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I wonder what she has
Yes.
today.
All right, back to our
I'll
guest.
get back
No,
to
I
best
got
friends.
so tight. Okay, alright.
Okay, we got excited for a second because it was really good. So back to our guest. Ari, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you and Goldie are best friends. Y'all been friends for a while. So tell us a little bit more of who you are.
Well, I go by Crazy Little Ari, for those of you who don't know my name. Crazy Little Ari. And I'm like an R&B singer, pop R&B.
What does that mean? You're like an R&B singer.
Because I do pop, R&B.
So you're an R&B singer / pop singer. So you got a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So have you and Goldie ever collaborated?
Yeah, we do. We write a lot together, and we also have a song
You
together.
have a song?
On the
Like,
Cal High
I'd
Ride?
love to hear it.
like the Pussycat Dolls type song or like Spice Girls?
No, but that was the first song that we actually did.
No, it's a
together.
dope ass fucking song. I still don't have it.
Yeah, we don't have it right now.
Whoa.
How do you-
Because I got a new phone, and every time I get a new phone, my shit gets erased.
I heard that.
No, but we have to do. I said this too on the trip in LA. I was like,
Yeah,
we need to do something.
Together, yeah, we do.
Okay.
But we write a lot together.
But we still
Are you
write.
working with any notable producers right now?
Actually just put out a song on SoundCloud, "Show Me Off" by Reef.
I've heard of the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reef is a dope ass producer. Ariel's an amazing performer.
Yo, she's
Incredible.
hitting it for life.
I'm telling you
Oh
guys.
my God.
And not
You sound
only
like
is
a
she a
manager.
singer, not only is she a singer, she does plays. She did this play one time, and I went because like yeah.
Calls again? Wait, no, tell me about it.
No, I need to tell you guys what happened at the play, right?
So
I'm
let me
watching
tell
the
you what
play.
Ariel's thinking.
It's like some dramatic.
hear what she got to say.
Spring Awakening. Do you know Spring Awakening?
Yes.
Yes.
I played Ventla. She was the.
Goldie, hold on, excuse me, Goldie, you're officially on timeout, okay? You're on timeout. Can't talk. Let her talk. I know that's your best friend.
Oh my gosh.
I
Okay,
wanna
so
hear her.
I did the play, and I had to get like half naked for the play.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was gonna tell you guys.
What's that for?
Her nipple just came out on the stage, and I was like,
I didn't tell anybody that I had to get naked. My family was so surprised.
Wait, is the nipple
So wait,
part of it?
you what?
Was it
Yeah,
so like-
It was. It's part of
It
the
was
play.
a part of the play was that I had sex for the first time with this guy, and so he took off my clothes and he was like getting it.
Yeah,
he
it was
like,
crazy.
so your family
So when
really?
did they kick you out the house?
No.
Right after?
My mom was very supportive. She was like, "I'm so proud of you. You did such a great job."
Wait, so
It
you
was a
got
great job.
naked?
No, not naked. I got naked from the top.
Partially.
One nipple show.
It was
Janet Jackson.
How was how was
How
that?
naked,
I was
like,
nervous as hell.
Class.
I was nervous.
It wasn't porn.
was it recorded? Is there a picture?
How long ago was this?
This was last year.
Last year?
Last year.
You know what? I'm all about freeing the nipple. I shot a music video where I painted my body in gold and, you know.
I saw that.
And I had a publicist at the time and she shamed me. She said my career would be ruined.
No, not if they extraordinary.
Boobs are
nipple.
overrated. Fuck you. Boobs are overrated. And I fired her. Boobs are overrated.
So Sometimes you gotta imagine everybody topless and literally do that.
He's still on this topic.
I just wanna know if there's a picture out there.
There might be a footage on YouTube too.
How
So-
how
It's called Spring Awakening.
so how was it, you know, knowing that your family was out there watching you in the audience and you had to get intimate? And you had to get intimate.
When I get into work mode, I really don't focus on like who's out there. I focus on what I gotta do. And then after, I was like, oh my God, my family just saw me. But I had
Wait,
scenes after,
even
so I
the
had to
males?
call myself.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, was your dad there?
No, my dad didn't come.
Oh, yeah.
He was
Yo,
like, your dad.
he would've fucked shit up. He would've fucked shit up.
Wow. So what do you, being that you guys like write a lot and co-write, where do you draw your inspiration from? Heartbreaks or like what?
Our everyday life, so everyday life.
Are you currently dating?
That's him right there.
No,
That was
You told him about me?
Hi to Karen, you're on the radio. I am doing an interview.
She should have answered the phone on air.
Love you, bye.
Tell her that she can watch it.
Oh, she's watching.
Yeah, she's probably watching.
Wait, so listen, I wanna get back to y'all being best friends. Do you ever had to like literally beat a bitch ass together? Like,
I don't fight. We never had.
I'm too
We
cute
never
to
had to. She's too cute to fight. I'm not too cute to fight. So.
Cause you know what? I'm gonna say something.
I like that.
You came in here looking like you was part of the cast to set it off. You know what I'm saying?
Not the first time.
Okay.
Not when I came
first
here
time.
the first time. I get classy, I get cute, but
Okay.
just don't try me, you know?
What's your sign?
I'm an Aries, I'm a hothead.
I'm an Aries too. I knew you were.
Are you an
I've
Aries?
said that, yeah.
Of course.
Like, yep. Don't fuck with us. We're cool.
I
We're
see
nice,
it.
but don't fuck with us.
I see the little tiny psychopathic thing that
what's
should
your
be there.
background?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
What's your background?
My parents are Jamaican.
Yo.
My family's Jamaican. There's like little mixes in there, but they were born in Jamaica, so.
Oh, so you really are. Do you go to the parade? Do you go to like Labor Day?
I went to Labor Day Parade this year for the first time.
You did that
For the
time?
first
How
time.
did you enjoy it?
It was so fun. I don't drink either. So.
We still out there. We out
You
there.
know what? I'm considering putting. Wait, never mind. I'm about to go drink a mimosa.
Never mind.
Yeah, I always
don't have
tell
to eat it
myself
for a
I'm not
second.
gonna drink.
I'm
And
still
the
waiting
next
for
day I
Goldie to
drink.
stop.
No, I've definitely had like times where I've told myself I was gonna stop, and then I do stop, and then I go out and I'm like,
Okay, but in LA, I did have 2 glasses of champagne because I was like, I'm gonna celebrate. I'm here with my besties.
So you drink?
Oh my gosh, I had 2 glasses of champagne and
drink?
I was done.
People who don't drink champagne. I've noticed.
yeah.
I
I
love
don't
champagne.
Anything.
Are you talking? Is that go for glass act? Because I think he had at least one. So, at least.
You had
I think
Oh,
he
my
must have sipped something.
Yo,
I've
when did
never
you-
seen it.
Let's get into the nitty gritty, yo. When did you get your pancake flip?
Who?
How old are you?
I didn't know he was making breakfast.
What the heck? Word, right, Chris? I didn't know I was making
He
breakfast.
be making breakfast. I didn't know this turned into
We
IHOP.
scrambling eggs here.
He was like, so when did you get your eggs scrambled?
No, you know,
When did you get your orange?
She
When
has
did
like
your
a
bacon
body.
start sizzling?
Exactly. Like, I'm getting hungry. Welcome to the Day Off Show to everybody. Shout out to all the people that's watching. We got a couple of viewers actually watching on that Ustream. So if y'all actually want to tune in, I know some of y'all listening. If y'all actually want to tune in and actually watch us, what we do, because we all raw and uncut. Pause, raw, pause. At the same time. But you can actually tune into us on Ustream.com. That's the letter U, stream.com. Definitely check us out. So anyway, Ari, y'all was saying how y'all best friends, you beat a bitch ass for anybody. She wake you up at 3 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? She be like, oh my God, I had a bad dream. My Kai rug is gone. She's like, oh my God, I'm gonna buy it. Mom, but definitely talk more about your music.
Yeah. Okay, so I have 2 songs out, Feel and Show Me Off.
Okay, and what made you actually write those 2 songs?
And I just shot a video for Feel.
Ooh.
What made me write Feel? I was really going through it. I was going through a really toxic relationship with this dude that I cared about a lot. And I wrote a song about it. And I was like, actually, I was pro going back, you know? I was like, it's okay to go back and love who you want to love. But now I'm like, no, fuck that nigga. You don't have to go back to him.
You're right.
Do you?
Do you, boo boo?
It's hard when you love someone, you know.
It is.
Yeah.
It's hard situation.
Yeah, love sucks. And then earlier when you were like, oh, I'm in love, I was like, yeah.
All right. Now talk about the other song that you did.
Show me off. Show me off is I'm saying to the person who I'm talking to, yeah, I know you want to get intimate, I know you want to get to know me, but I'm not ready for that, and if that does happen, you don't want to show me up. And she
So are you saying basically show you off like a trophy, like you be the trophy?
like you're gonna want to show me off, like yeah, like oh my
This
gosh.
is mine.
Yeah, like look, guys.
She just had a show at Club Pyramid.
Okay.
The behind the show is on Golden TV. Well,
I'll tell you, no, Goldie, I gotta give you a big shout out because you, when we was at Party and Bullshit, we actually had some of the footage from your actually Goldie TV, and I gotta say, you actually doing a lot with that. So big shout out to
Oh
Goldie.
my God.
Thank you so
We were
much.
talking about that in LA because someone said to me, oh, why don't you do RETV and whatever.
Well, you can't do RETV.
Yeah, because that's my shit.
First of all, I could do
No,
whatever.
time
but
out. But see, I knew she was gonna go left with it. So you gotta give it a different feel. You can't say
No.
RETV. Hold on. You gotta think of another name for it.
No,
You
listen,
can do
listen,
it,
no,
but don't
listen.
call RETV.
But I won't do it because I tried to do a YouTube vlog. I can't do it.
I would even
Like
call
she's
it RETV.
really,
She's dedicated.
I like
she's
that.
dedicated.
It's really a lot.
It takes a lot of time.
That's why I don't
I
do it.
can't pull my phone out that much.
Because you need
Like-
to also edit and you need to shoot it and then also edit it.
Do you edit it yourself?
Yeah, I do it all, and I have I'm on my 86th video, 86 vlog.
Big shout out to Goldie.
You know what? In the future, when your stuff blows up, people can pay you to get a feature and a spot on your Golden
Like me
TV.
doing the vlogs is gonna come a lot, but listen, I couldn't find something the other day, so I looked on my vlog. Like a long ass time ago, like I went to like number like 15.
Wait, can you tell them you couldn't find?
I was looking for my fucking hair, my hair extensions, you know, ladies. I was looking for my hair, so then I had to go back in time and see, damn, when was the last time that I put my hair in? And then see where it was, and I was calling everyone, where's my hair, where's my hair? Finally, I found my hair.
Where's my hair?
Yeah. Yeah.
She did some like
Only the
real
girls allow
FBI
me.
investigating
Yeah, I
her
was like,
videos.
I know I vlogged about this. And I did.
So it helps. It comes in.
That definitely comes in handy.
Do you have another show coming up?
I heard you guys were putting a show together.
We are.
I heard maybe.
Go.
That's top secret.
I'm sorry.
It's
What was this?
That's
I
top
thought
secret.
this was the show. What show you talking about?
Like a live performance show.
This is the police in there. This is definitely police.
They're investigating.
She is freaking CSI. Alright.
I am. Oh my gosh, in a relationship too? Oh, don't even try me. I can get
Oh, me
into
too.
any.
I am Sherlock Holmes. Super serious.
I can unlock the freaking what they call that? Da Vinci Code. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Let my man be in there. I'ma unlock it.
Must be embarrassing because I go searching.
Well, look, Ari, it seems like you got a lot going on, and I love it. Did you actually give class some of your music today? Because I'm curious of some
No.
stuff. What you got, class? What you got?
She ain't
I
said
really
nothing.
didn't. Let me tell you what happened. So
You
what
can't,
happened?
you can't big it up and then we don't, you know.
I lost my hard drive. So
I thought she was gonna say I lost my heart. I thought she.
You don't post none of your videos on YouTube or nothing like that? Like
Yeah.
some music? You do? So you have it on YouTube? So we can get that. All right, we got to play that.
Alright, so when we go to break, we might have to just do a little something. So, you know, we do that. So anyway, like I said, the lovely Ari's in the building. You know what I'm saying? Almost
fun.
definitely. You know, Goldie, she damn near rang my neck. She was like, "You better have my best friend." She was, I was like, "All right, Goldie, we got you." So shout out
So
to Goldie.
fucking nice.
Shout out to Goldie, man. She's definitely doing her thing. And shout out to the whole cast that's in here, man. And like I said, I'm kind of excited to.
I'm stoked.
No,
What do you say?
we got great guests. I'm
Yes,
excited
I know.
because we got some
Amazing.
great guests.
Yes.
On top of that,
And amazing food.
man,
amazing.
she said it. I was gonna let her say it. I had to let her say it because, like I said, Party and Bullshit. The same chef from Party and Bullshit is here.
Ooh.
You know
I
who
thought
else we
you guys were
have?
saying I was
Wait.
amazing.
Who we got?
You are amazing.
Javon.
You are amazing.
Biscuit.
Oh shoot, Biscuit's gonna be in the
Power.
building from Power.
Ironically enough, I met him
We met him
2
on
weeks
Party and
No,
Bullshit.
I met him before that.
Oh really?
I met him 2 weeks ago at some video shoot.
Wow.
And we chopped it up for a second, and good vibrations. And then I see him at the Party and Bullshit show. I was like, damn, you everywhere. You know what I mean? So
Hey, you
we're
gotta do
excited
what
to
you
have
gotta
him.
do,
So
man.
when I heard you say
Class, did you meet him too that day? I mean, Biscuit. Did you see it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was that guy from Power there.
Yeah.
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 I ain't ever.
I still have to watch Power.
Me
Days.
too. I've never seen the show.
Oh, please, dude. You got.
I know,
listen,
I have to
you
get over
literally have a whole year, because it doesn't come back on until next
So
summer.
I got time.
You got a lot of time,
Wow,
but I need you to catch up.
Chris, you gave her homework.
I gave her a lot of homework. She's got a whole year.
He said this whole season in 2 weeks. I said, what the hell?
No,
You
no.
can do it.
I need you to at least watch
You can watch
season one.
anything.
I need you to at least watch season one. By the time we come back, I need you to tell us what happened.
And
That
that's
is
on
your
Netflix
Okay, see, now we gotta bring up the
or
stage.
HBO.
No.
Or Stars, right?
There you go.
Stars. Okay.
Okay.
I don't even have time for TV.
I mean, I don't have time for it, so
I'm gonna
basically,
have to get Stars. I don't have Stars.
just punch yourself in the face. Anyway, look. Anyway, listen, we got the lovely Ari in the building, man. We got our lovely host in the building. That's a fact. And of course, we got nothing but the best DJ Classic. He's in the building. We're gonna take a quick little break, cause like I said, we got some more to talk about. And I definitely want to give a big shout out because they definitely sponsor us. Overnight Entertainment, Suge Knight, Nerisos and Flyboy Magazine itself, baby, in the building. You already know what it is. So we're gonna take a quick break. Listen, y'all, I got something I want to talk about when we come back because it's a little bit serious. We're gonna have to get a little bit serious with it for like a good 5-10 minutes or so. And I just want to see everybody's opinion because it's been something that's crazy that's been going on over the internet. And I want to talk about this whole thing with the girl that's been locked in the freezer. And hold on, we're gonna discuss it yet. We're gonna talk about that whole situation. I want to see everybody's feel of it. I know everybody's been seeing it on Facebook. It's been going crazy on Instagram and Facebook. So I just want to see y'all opinions. So when we come back, I need everybody to listen to it. And if y'all feel like y'all need to call in for anything, y'all got questions for us, y'all want to tell us how you feel, please give us a call. 347-721-3161. You rocking with the Day Off Morning Show each and every Sunday. This is where we at. We're gonna take this break and we'll be right back. Like today, but guess what? We back like we never left. There you go. You already know, man. So we back in the building, man. And we, like I said, we got a special guest in the building, man. And this man is huge. And if y'all don't know, now you know. Shout out to Steve Lobel. He's in the building. We're gonna talk to him a little bit. We still got Ari in the building, but she's got to get ready to go. But it's all good, bro. It's all
Right
good.
now?
No. But like I said, we back, and I just want to know what y'all actually think about this whole situation with rest in peace to Kanika Jenkins, man. Because
Chris,
this is
you have me feeling so.
I mean,
This is such a sad thing.
it's really a sad situation because it's been all over Facebook for almost like a week. I believe like 2 weeks now, and
I didn't know that. I knew what happened to her, but I didn't know that she was found in the freezer.
But you want to know something first? I'm gonna tell you exactly what was said first. The first thing was they showed a girl, which was her friend, right? She was on live, and she was talking, and she had these glasses on, and everybody was like, "What's going on?" Everybody was playing CSI for like almost a week. Like everybody was playing
I was doing that
CSI.
shit.
Everybody
I was
playing
putting shit
CSI.
together. I was
Right.
like, listen.
Like everybody was actually on their shit. But at the end of the day, what happened was what they were saying was that her friend set her up, and they set her friend up to get raped for $200.
What?
Yes.
That was
They
what was
told
said
her,
first, yeah.
right, this is what was said first. They set her up to get raped. And when she got raped, she was in the room at the same time as they were. And they said as soon as she was getting raped, there was a voice. Now, I tried to listen to it, saying, help me.
And they raised the
But,
what?
and as soon as they said, no, hold on, Goldie. And as soon as she said, help me, they raised the volume so nobody can hear anything. Now, that was the first story. But the true story that actually came out, she never got raped. Nothing happened. and it's been on CBS radio and the news and so forth, that she was actually found walking around the hotel on different floors. Now, first of all, they were underage. None of them was over the age of 21. It was a hotel party. Friends came, all that, and she was found walking around the hotel.
Yeah, I saw the footage.
Yeah, I saw the footage too. And it was crazy because she actually walked into the kitchen.
Okay, but underage or not, my thing is, and our thing is, we don't leave each other.
You don't
We
leave
don't
each
leave
other.
But you know what I also looked at? I was looking at her friends and they look real bright. Like they really didn't care.
And there's not one of the, it's different. It's not one of those don't judge a book by the cover, but
That's what I'm saying.
even on that, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want to know what you got to
Like
say.
even on that live video, I watched that live video a couple times when it first came out.
Yeah, I watched that
And
video over and over and
Over
it didn't make
and
no
over.
sense to me.
Exactly. It made no type of sense.
It just
When you
looked like they was on live, they was looking at stuff. And even that little voice that said help me, it didn't make sense. Because it was too faint. The voice was very faint.
No, when
no,
I was
no.
listening,
When I heard it, it was a faint. It was like what is that? It didn't like if you was being raped, would you actually say it that low?
but what if you're drunk, and what if you can't help
Nah.
yourself, you know?
in the video,
It didn't add up. The pieces didn't add up.
so something.
I was definitely on my Law and Order, CSI, New York shit.
And she wasn't
They are-
touched sexually?
No, she wasn't touched at all.
You think it was staged?
Well,
But that was the story,
I think the story that they put together was false. Because when they actually showed the footage, listen, this girl was just walking around, bumping into walls, didn't know where she was going. It was, I
But
think
Maria said
I
there
think
was
she
a
was.
hand.
Well,
An
I
arm or
saw a
something?
video where it was kind of slow. Like I have a couple opinions on this, and there was this one of these last videos that I saw where someone kind of slowed down the footage, and it was I think she was like on the 5th floor turning a corner, and you kind of see her wanting to go straight, and something kind of pulls her back and turns her.
That's
I'm not sure if that was
freaky. That is freaky.
I
her
think-
bumping
I'm freaked out
or
right now.
what
You know
it
what?
was.
I think personally, besides her drinking, I think she was on something because you know.
Yeah, you can
You have to
see
be.
that.
You
She
have to
had
be.
to be on something.
I'm in class. I mean, you also saw the footage too. So, I mean, what's your opinion on it?
I'll say it didn't make any sense to me. At first I thought she got raped. Then like, I'm not gonna lie, they started saying that maybe she was abducted. They was like preparing to be abducted because you know they be kidnapping kids and they doing like the trafficking of the human trafficking.
Yeah, I heard that.
So I
too.
started, and then you know they even said that the owner of the hotel was on the donors list. Yo, I don't put anything past it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, that's a fact.
And I really,
Exactly.
I
If
feel
you're gonna
like,
be put in a freezer.
In the freezer,
that
only
makes a lot
people
of
that
sense.
work there have
But then-
access to places like that.
Yeah,
Right.
why?
But you know
how
what
was
was
she allowed
also
to just
crazy?
walk in the kitchen?
There you go.
It
Now,
doesn't make sense. to
I don't
me.
like that they showed snips.
Now-
Show the whole
Show the
thing.
whole-
And
now,
then
wait
it's
a minute.
dirty.
Now, wait a minute. Here's my other point I was thinking about. Now, there wasn't enough security and there wasn't enough people working because if you see somebody walking around like that, bumping into walls, you would actually go to that floor and actually like, what's going on? Y'all didn't even go and check. No one actually.
And it was the Crown Plaza, right?
I'm not sure what hotel it was.
Yeah,
It
Crown
was.
Plaza.
It
And
was.
Is that a nice
No.
hotel?
That's a
the
nice
whole-
hotel.
In,
It's actually.
in Chicago.
Yes.
How long ago was this?
This just happened maybe like 2 weeks ago.
I was just there. Someone told me right after I left, I stayed there, that a girl was murdered. Wait, no, but she was murdered, right?
That's
We
what they
don't know.
said.
We don't know.
They
That's
said
what
some
they
girl was murdered in the
There's a
hotel that I stayed at in Chicago.
That,
There's a video
it
of
probably
Crown
was the
Plaza.
same one.
It's
That
a
was
Crown
it.
Plaza.
There's
That's
a
probably
video
it.
missing
Oh,
from
shit.
this actually. So it shows the video of her in the kitchen.
Yeah, it
But you
does.
know, of course, if there's a huge fridge like that, there's gonna be a video camera watching who comes in and out.
Exactly.
Right?
And there was
Yeah.
And there was
nobody
no.
Yo,
There's
and they had like 2 days to get this shit together. That's
And
what
there
I
was
don't
no
like.
body parts missing from her?
No, there's no video of her getting into that freezer. And
Right,
another
because
thing
they said
is,
the corner, once you turn that corner, the surveillance video couldn't see it no more.
You know
That-
what?
I don't believe
I mean,
that.
maybe the
And-
hotel could have just chopped up the video. You know,
that's what I believe personally.
It's possible.
And another video that I did see, I think it was like one of these, I don't know who exactly it was, but it was in that same, like where the freezer was. How that the freezer doesn't close by itself. And it's a
You
pretty
gotta
heavy,
open that.
it's
That's
a
a
pretty
pretty-
heavy
Oh wait, is
freezer
it a
door.
walk-in?
It's a, alright, it's a,
It's a
alright,
walk-in
it's a
freezer,
walk-in,
but
but it's like
Oh,
the
I was
meat
thinking
one.
about
You
like
ever see where
murder
they put like all the meets and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you gotta actually open up the door
Yeah, and the
to
door
go
is not
inside.
just a door.
And it's a handle. Exactly,
Exactly.
Goldie.
And it's not just a
Exactly.
door
So
like
it's
how
not
we
just a
have
regular
here.
door. You
It
gotta
slides.
pull out. Not even. It's a latch.
It's a
You gotta
loud
do that.
door.
She did not open that door.
I don't know.
She didn't
I don't
do
know.
this.
Especially if you are under the
Someone else-
influence.
that's too
a
hard.
girl that's under the influence like that. For you to pull open that door, slide
and then
through,
close it
go
behind
in,
you.
and then
So what-
close it
How
behind
would you close it?
yourself.
Besides Facebook, what other, like, where's
It
the
was
video
only
coming from?
on Facebook. Like it hit everybody
just
on
hit the
Facebook.
news, but
Now
it-
it's hitting the news. It hit Facebook first. Then everybody was on Instagram with it. Then it
There's
hit
a
the
blog
news.
site that I follow, and they always put stuff out first, and that's where I saw the video.
Okay.
What's that, the name of the blog site?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, can
Tina's about to do it.
Fameless.
Okay. And then
Fameless?
Fameless or Fameless?
Oh, Fameless, I see underscore.
something
Yeah.
else that I also kind of heard of. I didn't hear too much about it, but I saw like kind of, I guess, one of her friends saying what happened that night.
Right.
And it was basically her saying that the guys that were in the hotel room, they didn't even really know who they were because it was a party, and that the guys' intentions were to rape her.
Wow.
And that they told the friends that by the end of the night that that was what they were gonna do, and that there was nothing that they were
Yeah, they
able to
said
do
that.
about it. They said a lot of other things,
said a lot.
and that's why I kind of want to go back to talking about that live video as well. It doesn't make sense, but I have big ears, so I tried to listen the best that I could a couple times, and before the music actually goes up, you do hear males speaking in the background, and you hear
Yeah, I
someone
heard that.
arguing.
Yeah.
And you
And
hear
they're
her
like,
say,
lay down,
"Leave me
lay
alone,"
down, leave
and
me
she's like,
alone.
leave me alone.
And they was talking about going somewhere.
Yeah,
And all that. Yeah,
and
yeah.
and in the message that she was putting out, when her friends saying what happened, she also said that the reason why she was out there by herself on the floors was because they decided to split up.
Oh, wow.
To split up in order
Because the hotel I was staying
That
at.
doesn't
in
make
order
no
to
sense.
split up in order to possibly get out and be and finally
How you
be
split
safe.
up to get out? That don't make
That
no
doesn't make-
sense.
They tried to do
doesn't
that
make
Scooby-Doo
sense.
shit.
That doesn't make sense to me.
If you guys are at an event or something together and you see Goldie or Goldie sees you and you guys are under the influence, wouldn't you guys want to stick together? That person,
Yeah.
those are not your real friends.
Oh,
if they leave you
What?
alone like
You
that,
go that way and try to find an exit, we'll go this
I'll
way.
be like, come on, bitch,
What?
it's time to
That
go
doesn't
home.
make no sense.
that does not make sense.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we can talk about this all day, man, but
No.
I want to get back to some exciting news. Steve Lobel is in the building, man.
Wow.
Like, if y'all don't know about Steve Lobel, I'm gonna let him talk about it, and I'm gonna talk about it when I get it, because I'm excited. Because he's actually worked with a lot of people, and some of my favorite music. Major artists, man. Man. Whew. I can't wait.
I know.
I don't know. I'm excited, Tina. I'm excited.
I'm
Because you know, me
excited.
and you, we love music together.
We do.
Class. I mean,
I'm a little
man.
nervous, but I need a mimosa before.
You know what? Shout out to our chefs that are in the building, because
Yes.
I seen some food out there. Like, I didn't get the whole thing, but I seen like 10 trays for food and dessert,
I brought my
along with the
appetite today,
mimosa.
too.
Dessert
I feel so sick
Oh my God.
They do it
from this story.
Listen, this is what I want.
done.
Listen, I want
I'm done.
everybody. We are here each and every Sunday, and y'all gotta tune in. You know, when we take the breaks, we actually do a lot of other stuff. So I want y'all to tune in. If it's not our lives, I want y'all to go to the Instagram snaps, because we be posting
Yeah.
some stuff. So I want y'all to get ready to tune in, because we're gonna take this break, and when we come back, we're gonna bring Steve Lobel, but we gotta say goodbye to Ari.
Wait, but are you guys gonna play the song?
Of course we're gonna
Definitely
play
gonna play
the
the
song.
song.
Oh, okay.
But you know, we're gonna say goodbye for
Yeah.
now. You know, we're gonna play the song.
Yay. I had a lot of fun with you guys.
Now, we definitely had a lot of fun with you. Definitely. We appreciate you for coming out, and
Okay.
you're welcome back
All right.
anytime.
I just really like the mic.
Alright, man, so we did everything. My voice is cracking. I think I need a mimosa. I need some food, and something. And then when I come back, we're gonna talk to Steve Lobel. He's gonna be sitting in the hot seat, and we're gonna talk to him. So we'll be right back. DJ Classic, let's go. Back in the round table. I can't say back in the building,
The
because
Knights of the Round Table, Knights of the Temple.
that's what we call a round table. We in the building,
Like we never left.
and like we never left. First of all, before I even get into our guests, man, we just had to take a break and we just stepped out into the hall. Shout out to the chef that's out there because
Yes.
I don't even know what to say.
Huge shout out. Those grits, are the grits buttery?
No, hold
They're
on.
great.
No, hold on. I just want to talk about it because I'm amazed. We got shrimp and grits with some seasoning in it that I don't even want to know what's in it. We got some potato wedges.
We got a variety of
We got
breakfast
sliders, breakfast sliders, sausage with sausage sliders, bacon sliders, egg sliders, turkey bacon sliders. We got home fries. We got.
Yep. Maria got emotional about it. That's how good it is.
Oh my God.
Listen.
Had me crying out there. Goldie caught me on her.
Nah, I want to see real tears.
They were coming.
Well, listen. Now that we got that out of our system, I gotta give a big shout out right now to the one and only. He's in the building. Steve Lobel is in the building, man.
Sunday morning, football Sunday, early morning.
Exactly. That's a fact, man. Steve.
Yes, sir.
I'm really honored because there's a lot of people that you actually have worked with. Steve has worked with Run DMC, Fat Joe, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Tupac, the group The Outlaws, Sean Kingston, Soulja Boy, Nipsey Hussle, and the list goes on and on, man. It's just like
It's an honor.
it's definitely an
It
honor
truly
to
is.
have you in the building with us, sitting with us, man.
I
And
appreciate that. Thank you. I just want to compliment you guys on all those nice portraits outside the hallway.
oh, most definitely, yeah.
Portraits.
And it's just actually great to have you, you know, because you're a legend in the game, because of the people you work with, and I just want to know, like now, the way the music industry has been changed. How do you feel about it?
You know, I appreciate you saying I'm a legend, but you know, all I did is create a legacy. And I'm still creating a legacy because I'm behind the scenes working with these artists and dealing with their day-to-day life and making them, so to speak, who they are. They're talented, but you know, there's always a coach behind the scenes. So I don't feel I'm a legend. I'm just creating a legacy and building a resume in stripes. I'm a very confident person, not cocky. So, you know, again, and, you know, we're down the block from Brooklyn, so I don't know about if you guys knew, but Queens has been off the hook the last few days.
Yes, it is.
So we came fresh off yesterday. You know, LL Cool J performed at the Meadows
Yeah, I heard.
Festival, and he killed it. He brought out DMC, he brought out Q-Tip, he brought out Melly Mel. You know, Nas is today. They had Jay-Z on Friday, so it was just good for hip hop being in Queens. But that's where I'm from as well.
Yeah, I'm from
I
Queens
never
too.
forget
So
where I come from.
that's a
And
fact.
Jam Master Jay put me in the game, so rest in peace.
to J Master J.
But you know, the difference between the question was the difference between the game then and the game now. I mean, you know, the game has changed. Probably worth ethics. You know, we come from really grinding and going out on the road, say with Fat Joe in the van, and going around the country and promoting records and going to radio stations and going to independent retail stores and going to, you know, the hood and going to schools and anywhere you can to go promote a record, instead of now you can just push a button or you could use social media.
Back then, rappers used to go to strip clubs and just throw money, right?
I mean,
That's what I heard.
no disrespect to people who do that. You know, I've never been into that, or anybody I've been around did that. I mean, if you're gonna throw money in the air, you might as well go throw it to the homeless.
Yeah.
Or you might as well,
Yeah.
or you might as well just
Yeah.
throw it, put it in the bank, you know, but teach its own. I feel like a lot of artists think that that's cool to do and they need a perception of doing that. And I get into a lot of arguments with artists that want to do that and that do it. They're like, yeah, but you know, we got to do that to look cool. I just definitely disagree, and that's way before Jay-Z started talking about it, you know?
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
But you know, artists have been going to strip clubs for decades because a lot of records get broken in strip clubs.
Yeah.
You have to understand something. You know, hip hop and R&B and rap music is broken in the streets, in the strip clubs, and in the hood. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of stuff that I have going on. Like, you know, yes, I'm a white Jewish guy from Queens, but there's a lot of people want to get in the music industry, but they don't understand that you got to be in a strip club, you got to be in the hood, you got to be here, you got to be there, and you got to really adapt to be in the culture. You can't just say you live in the culture, but don't want to be in the culture. You know what I mean? It's like you out here this, but when you get to the county jail, you're a different person. So you know, that's a whole nother story we can talk about. But you know,
Now, Steve, I mean, like I said, I applaud your work ethic and everything like that. and I'm looking at all the people that you have worked with. You know what I'm saying? You work with so many different great
Russell Simmons.
exactly.
Russell Simmons.
Russell's my mentor. I feel
bro,
like everybody's
yeah.
a mentor. Russell's one of my mentors. They call me the white Russell Simmons.
Right. And just looking at some of the people that you work with and listening to their lyrics and how everything was, like, I always talk about this. It was like money, cars, clothes, jewelry. I mean, looking at today's music, how do you feel about what they're talking about now? How do you feel about it?
You know, there's only so much you can glorify and talk about the same things over and over.
Right.
You know, me personally, I love substance. You know, I'm a fan of like Common Sense, which you guys probably know is Common, who I worked with back in the 90s. You know, I just love substance and real stuff that makes you cry or makes you laugh. You know, there's only so much we can glorify: cars, drugs, jewelry. Half the new generation ain't even living what they saying.
That's a fact.
And you know, half the people don't even own what they're saying.
Right.
So you know, it's a perception thing. You know, like I said, like you have to shift with the culture as the decades change or the time changes. You know, everybody's caught up, I feel like, in the wrong things, especially the younger generation.
Right.
Like they looking up to Kylie Jenner, no disrespect, but that's what you shouldn't be looking up to. You should be looking up to someone like who's graduating from high school, going into college and trying to make something of their life and really working hard. It's hard work pays off. So it's to each his own, you know what I mean? But, you know, look, I managed Scott Storch, the legendary producer, and won a major comeback with him. And we had an artist named Russ come in. Russ is a super talented artist. I don't know if you know him, but the kid just dropped 4 records in 4 days of what he did with Scott. But then, you know, you might have to work with a little perp or a little punk, whatever that kid is. Like, you know what I mean? That's hot at the moment. So you just got to know how to deal with stuff and keep it moving. But it's going to determine what artists are going to stay around for a decade and make timeless music, and who's going to come and be a fad. And a lot of stuff's a fad, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
it definitely
it's just
is.
a trend at the moment, you know?
Steve, being that you've been around for so long, you've seen patterns and, you know, different sounds. Sonically, do you have foresight as to what is going to be coming in the future musically?
I mean, if I did, I wouldn't be here. I'd be on a deserted island right now living life.
Can you share with us?
If I knew it, I mean, maybe not. You know, I always say that, but if I had like $500 million, I'd disappear. But then I probably wouldn't, because I love what I do and I love, you know, the passion for it. But imagine if we knew about Instagram or Snapchat, you know, before. So I don't think it's like that sonically, but I could tell. I feel like who's a superstar and it could be around. Like when we put Nipsey Hussle on, me and my partner Big U, a lot of people said, oh, he looks like Snoop, or it's never going to work. And now 15 years later, it's been 15 years in the making. Nipsey Hussle's like a legendary icon in that generation. And he hasn't even dropped the top 10 record or the album. But people look up to him. But and then a lot of people glorifying they Bloods and Crips now. But he really a Crip, and he's never changed from the day I met him. The only thing that changed was the clothes size. So I just have, you know, I could just see, you know, and then we in Brooklyn right now. Let me shout out Casanova. I've been managing Casanova for a few months right now. You know, we went out to dinner. You know, he heard about me, like my style. I like him, and I've been managing him. So, you know, just like, it's deeper than these days. Like, I feel like sometimes personality trumps talent. You know, I never like to talk, or I was always behind the scenes, but everybody says I have no filter. I got a personality, so I've done some reality TV stuff, and now I'm doing interviews because I have no problem talking because I got a lot of knowledge and experience. But these days, like, you have to look at an artist, and they got to be able to have personality too, and a work ethic, because a closed mouth don't get fed, and if you're lazy and you just don't want to push buttons, you're not going to win. So I don't look at an artist no more sometimes just for the music now. Now I got to look at overall, like, who's the superstar. Yeah, as a person. And I've never changed as a person. You have to always be yourself at all times.
And Yans is in a lot of stuff, man. I'm looking at your resume, man. It just keeps going on and on.
It's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse.
I have to ask you, what is it like winning 2 Grammys, man?
I mean, shit, it's just an accolade, you know. Like, I never thought we'd win a Grammy for Riding Dirty with Chamillionaire.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that was.
I met these kids, I met these producer kids in Texas, and they were in a van, and they're like, yo, they started following us on the road, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and they said they were gonna produce it, they're producers. We got in the studio, made that song Riding Dirty, and next thing you know, we won a Grammy, so, wow. And then they won another Grammy also, a Little Wayne.
Why did, go ahead.
Ladies first, OG.
So, you know, Goldie
We
and I,
don't ask questions, boy.
Goldie and I, we're up and coming artists, but okay, someone like Chamillionaire, that record won a Grammy. Why is it that he kind of fell off? We haven't heard anything from him.
I mean, you know, to me, I don't feel Chamillionaire fell off. If you really know what he's doing, he's in the
Really?
tech
He's
world.
making
He's making a lot of
okay.
money in the tech
Okay.
world. So it's funny because I did an interview with Rap Radar the other day, and there was a statement made from Lonzo Ball, the ball player, saying that Nas is not relevant. So my answer to that was like, Nas might not be relevant to the younger generation, but Nas is relevant because he put
Yeah.
Dave East on, who's relevant to the younger generation. So how can you make that statement? Not everybody's going to be a legend or a legacy artist and still be relevant, so to speak, on the radio, but they doing other things. Like people might say 50 Cent ain't relevant right now in his music, but shit, he got one of the biggest TV shows on air. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all good,
Yeah.
you know?
I don't know how people
Look
can say that 50 is definitely not relevant. Like,
no, I'm just
Yeah.
saying. No, I'm just
Right.
saying about the whole Lonzo Ball saying Nas wasn't. So it's all, you know, how you do it. And then the other Grammy was with Crossroads, and you know, that was just a record that was made originally a different way. And then Eazy-E, who was a friend of mine, and that's how I got with Bone Thugs and Harmony still, and I still work with them over 20 years, which shows you my integrity and my patience, and so on and so forth. And that was Crossroads, and that's really like changed a little bit about the music industry. That song was about death. So it was good winning a Grammy for that too. You know, all it is just building a resume and stripes and getting accolades. I try to tell people that money comes and goes, but history stays. You keep making
Yeah.
history, you're gonna make money.
And
You understand? So that's part of the history.
not to cut you off, it's just we gotta get these questions.
I'm with you.
But not even just hip hop. You work with Guns N' Roses, right? If I'm believing.
Man, to be honest with you, man, I kidnapped Steven Adler from Guns N' Roses. Man.
ah,
I cleaned up his life, man. His brother's a dear friend of mine, a partner of mine in the booking agency that we have, and you know his brother was on every drug and then some. And you know it's in his book. He put out a book, and he doesn't say our names, but you know we saved his life, and I worked with him for a while. And to be honest with you, I got to travel with him in South America and do shows with him. And then I tried to get all the Guns N' Roses back together, and I had Slash, Izzy, Duff, and Steven. And Jimmy Iovine told me if I could get all five of them together, he'd give me, I think he said like $5 million, and he'd carry me around his building at Interscope. But actually we couldn't get together, so we pulled off four, most of the five, and we couldn't do it. But Steven Adler's, you know, healthy and alive right now, so that's what counts, you know?
I have a question. So you're in like a hip hop world, but what do you listen, like other than hip hop, what is like your go-to? Like, do you like?
I mean, I love oldies and R&B music. I love listening to like Frank Sinatra, you
Okay.
know, Lionel
I love
Richie,
cool.
you know, cool stuff. There's a station in LA where I live now, it's called 94.7 The Wave, and they just play this like smooth old stuff, you know, like, but I'm a hip hop head, you know, when I do listen to hip hop, I want to hear shit that means something, you know, so you say in Pac right now, you know, like, I could listen to that all day, and you know, I was fortunate to manage Tupac's group, The Outlaws, and you know, once he died, you know, they never really got the props they needed to, except for that Hit 'Em Up, but they still going. Rest in peace to my man Fatal and Gaddafi.
Yeah, definitely.
now, Steve, like, I know you say a lot of pop, you know, you listen to and so forth, but right now, who's somebody that you could say in this industry today that is one of the realest artists? You know, we got our Jay-Z, we got our Nas, we could say Eminem all day, but now listening to the radio, who's somebody that you could say right now is one of the realest artists?
I just want to clarify this real quick. Some of the realest artists I work with, and when I say real, I mean real, like with integrity and got principles and morals. Fat Joe, one of the realest, you know, one of the realest, never changed, man. One of the realest.
That's a fact.
So you know, I could say Casanova's a real one because not because I'm working with him, because he talking the talk and he walked the walk. You know what I mean? Like he got a real story to him, so it's the truth. There's a lot of people out here that are not speaking the truth. You know what I mean? And the truth unveils itself. The truth unveils itself in the long run. But you know, when you walk that walk, you gotta talk that talk.
Now, what do you think, being out in LA, what do you think about Kendrick Lamar?
I mean, I love Kendrick Lamar, and shout out Top Dog. You know, they're like the new Death Row to me. You know, Top Dog, and they're covering the Billboard, and that grind has not been overnight. I mean, happening overnight. It took time. I know Kendrick as K-Dot.
Right.
You know, he was
That
J-Rock's hype man. I was on a tour with Nipsey in the Game, and Kendrick was a hype man for J-Rock. So to see their, you know, grind and see where they're at now, he's one of the biggest artists. Hard work pays off. Look at that.
Definitely.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
How
So-
important is sleep to your lifestyle.
I mean, you know, you sleep when you die.
That's a
That's
fact.
what Russell Simmons told me.
That's what I tell people all the time.
That's what Russell Simmons told me. And, you know, you ladies, so you guys need your beauty sleep.
It says
Yeah,
you
we
said.
do.
Oh, we're
You know, I really honestly, like, I might sleep 5 hours a day. And I live in LA now,
Oh, but that's good.
and I'm always on New York time.
It's not
But
bad.
I don't know. It's just I guess it's a habit or a sickness, and I get it from my dad. Like, we just grinders, we workers, man. I've been working since 9 years old, shoveling snow, raking leaves, delivering newspapers. Like, I was grinding and worked hard for what I wanted. There's no silver spoon here. You know, I'm self-made, self-taught, and I educated myself.
Yeah.
So what made
Went
you?
to school.
I mean, what made you want to get into this, like, into the industry? Like, say, you know what? This is what I want to do. This is who I want to. You know,
This is
who
who I am.
who was the
I'm gonna
first
figure it out.
artist that you worked with and was like, dang?
I mean, I didn't know what I wanted to do, to be honest with you, growing up. I feel like when you put yourself in God's hands, God's going to direct you into what makes you happy or what you want to do. So I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just know I couldn't go to school. I couldn't sit in school. I was just doing anything to do. I was infatuated with money. You know, my dad was like, if you want that BMX bicycle or that dirt bike, go out there and work for it. And then, you know, like I said, growing up around DMC and Jam Master Jay, that's how I got in the game. And I didn't know what to do. I was carrying bags. I was driving a van. I was hanging out at Def Jam, Rush Management, listening and learning. And then I got a job at Relativity Sony. And then I got to work with the Beatnuts and MOP and the Dayton Family and Mac Mall and 8 Ball and MJG and people from all over the country. So it just went and evolved from there. And I'm sitting here today, God bless, you know?
Nah, that's a fact, man.
I do have a question.
Yes,
for
man.
you. All
I
right.
love questions. Because I love giving back knowledge from the experiences that I've been through. And that's what we're here for, to use a platform to educate people who want to be in the music industry.
That's a really classic session today, baby.
Seriously. So speaking about music with a message, right? Back in the 90s, even in the early 2000s, a lot of the music had a story behind it, right? And personally, to me, at least, it feels like a lot of the music coming out now, it's kind of, you know, about the same thing. Drugs, popping Molly, seeking drugs. What do you feel is a song from whatever's happening now that still has a solid message? Like, what would be that top song for you?
I mean,
that
no
you hear it?
disrespect, but y'all clowns out there popping mollies and drinking that lean shit, y'all crazy, man, because that's just bad as heroin or cocaine and stuff, and, you know, it's just gonna ruin your life. But teachers only God could judge, I can't judge, but, you know, I listen to J. Cole.
Oh,
And I know Cole
Yes,
before the
yes.
dreadlocks and all
Loving
that
this
stuff,
thing
you
right
know?
now.
I love Cole way before them dreadlocks, I know Cole.
He
all
has
the time.
dreadlocks now?
Cold
Yeah,
World,
yeah,
He
Cold
locked it
World.
up. He locked it
Cold
up.
World.
Yeah, it's a
Locks,
fact.
whatever, but
Oh, man.
you know what? Again, I like substance, but again, teach his own. Like, people want to have a good time, people want to laugh, party, go to the club, and they like that type of stuff. But to me, you know, personally, I like emotional stuff and real stuff and substance. But you have to understand some things change every 5 years. So I think the younger generation, like when I come to New York, I'm feeling like, you know, the young boys are still out here slicing people, going to Rikers Island, selling drugs. Now they banging. It's just the elevation of every 5 years of the same thing. So if a new artist is coming out, like a Dave East or Migos talking the talk, the younger generation's into that. I just feel the younger generation needs to do the homework and
Behind
understand
it,
who came before that, and before that, and before that. And anybody trying to get in the music business, because it's a music business, learn the business. Just don't do it to look good and like or follow, or, you know, to follow a trend, because that's in at the moment. Anybody knows me, I've never followed a trend. I'm always just in Adidas and a polo shirt and be myself at all times. And unfortunately, a lot of people change as the season changes, so to speak. But you shouldn't change you as a person. So again, it's each his own. What you choose to like, you like and listen to, and no one should be mad at what you like. It's just an opinion, you know?
So one more thing, I read that you had a book called The Coach Lasts Longer Than the Player.
Yeah, I'm writing it right now. You know, I just feel like the coach lasts longer than the player.
What does that do? Like, fill us in with that.
I
What you
mean, you know, I'm writing a book, and honestly, like, you know, I run into people like, yo, you working, or they see my Instagram, we working, yo, your shit lit, your shit hot, yo, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no disrespect, I've been doing this for 30 years, it's deeper than my Instagram. But unfortunately, we're living in that world, so people see that, and they start following someone because they got a picture of this and that, but they can do the homework. So I just been 3 decades in it, and I feel like the coach lasts longer than the player, because, again, the coach is the guy to say, hey, I can take you to the water, but I can't force you to drink. Now, if you want to drink, then you listen to the coach. But if you didn't, and then shit falls off or gets fucked up, don't blame it on the coach, because the coach still sticking around. So I'm a dinosaur, but on fossil fuel because I know how to stay relevant and keep it going. So that's what the coach lasts longer than the player means, you know? Not every basketball player is a coach. Not every basketball player is even doing anything after their career's over. They either broke or they wind up getting caught up or so on and so forth.
I ain't
So
gonna
that's
lie,
the
man. You
meaning
smooth
behind
like
it.
you don't rap. He like, yo, he sound like he's spitting that, yo. Smooth dude.
Nah, it ain't game or any smoothness. It's
He's
just
just keeping it
experience
real.
and knowledge. And I'm not the type of dude like I said. I'm far from cocky. I'm just confident who I am as a man.
Yeah.
Like I don't really laugh a lot, smile a lot. I don't know, it's just me. But I'm really a nice guy. I did a Millionaire Matchmaker TV show. I'm a tough teddy bear. Inside,
Yeah,
I'm a
I
nice guy.
recognize
On the outside, I'm a tough guy. But this is what I try to explain to people, right? So everybody here is gentlemen, right? They're ladies right now, but they gentlemen. So he gets locked up for a pistol. He gets locked up from leaving the wedding with his wife for drinking too much, right? And gets drunk driving charge. He gets locked up for harassment. He gets locked up for selling dope. You get locked up for a fight. I get locked up for whatever. And we in the county jail or we in the tombs. We men at the end of the day. So you ain't gonna tell me, yo, give me your sneakers or you a bitch. And I'm gonna download myself as a man. So I gotta be a man at all times, and that's the problem. People change up. So that's what I mean when I say I ain't got game, I'm just me. And I know who I am as a man, so we gotta always be ourselves at all times.
Have you actually got locked up and met someone?
Yeah, no,
like
I
that?
mean, no,
Like a
that's
rapper?
not, that wasn't the story.
That's
of
Goldie
it,
for you.
No, but I'm just asking.
No, I'm not glorifying jail because I got people never coming home. And that always wanted to go to Hawaii or go to Japan or might want a piece of cheesecake right now or, just be able to just put on a fresh pair of shell toes. That's never going to happen. So, yeah, I was in Spofford when I was 13. Horrible experiment. I was in the Queen's House of Detention. Horrible experience, but I don't glorify jail. The point that I was making was say you Funk Master Flex and he's Future and he's himself, we're all ourselves, but we in the county jail and we got arrested because you're Funk Master Flex or we in, the Tombs, you got arrested for drunk driving and that's Future and he got locked up for beating up his girl or something. We still got to be men at the end of the day. I'm not going to change because you Flex and he's Future and you're going to tell me in the county jail while I'm waiting to go see a judge, oh, you a bitch, Steve. No, you're still men. Just because you Funk Master Flex, no.
We all still the same.
We all still the same. This is my fight to fight every day of my life. I try to tell people like, yo, be yourself. We all the same. If I cut myself and all y'all right now, y'all bleeding red.
Yeah.
We all go into the bathroom. We all eating. We brushing our teeth, taking showers. We all the same. Just certain people, unfortunately, got more fame than others or got more money than others. That's why I say always remain humble. Everything goes up, must come down. You ain't gonna be high forever. So when you were getting on, trying to give your mixtape out, you would be happy to salute someone or shake their hand and take a picture. Now you blow up and you got amnesia and you got 10 security guards and no one can take a picture with you, like you forgot where you came from. So we're all the same, no one better than nobody. So I go to the club like, oh, going to VIP. I'm like, I'm in the VIP, it's all VIP, we're all the same. And that's what I don't like, where everybody's trying to,
You know what I say? I think what will solve that problem, because everything is physical. People see color of skin, people see your social status, but when people understand that we are spirit beings at the core of who we are, and we just, in this physical plane, we're manifested as human, I think that will solve it once we all know that we're on the same plane spiritually.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's for your job to do that. Like I was brought up with Afro-Americans, Italians, Jews, Irish, Latinos. My mother, rest in peace, never raised me to understand what racism is, or stereotyping people, or discrimination, you know?
Hold on, Steve. We got a call coming in. Hold on 1 second. We got a call coming in. What's up? You rocking with the Day Off Morning Show. What's going on? Who we on the phone with? Oh my God. We got CeCe Peniston on the phone. Oh man. You know what? I gotta say this. This is an honor because we got Steve Lobel in the building and we got CeCe Peniston on the phone. This is an amazing show right now, you know. And CeCe, we was just listening to some of your music earlier and I was looking forward to seeing you because, you know, I'm an 80s baby raised in the 90s and I've listened to your music for years. And I'm just like... That's the DJ.
We're all a little starstruck right now. So.
Yeah, we're a little starstruck right now.
Yes.
Oh man, we definitely appreciate you.
We appreciate you calling
I mean, what's going on? What's new with you? Wait. You did the theme song for Wendy Williams?
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
I love it.
you
I'm
should.
gonna watch that.
Definitely gonna watch it.
Oh, I'm watching that. I'm definitely watching that. Oh man, I mean,
Yeah, right.
this is a real epic day.
It is.
We got Cece Peniston on the phone.
Yes.
We got Steve Lobel in the building in front of us. This is.
Oh, no, I thought you were gonna be here. My partner with my Steel Love consultant couldn't wait to get that picture. I wish you were here, but it was a pleasure talking to you. And I've been a fan of yours for a long time. So, God bless you.
You were singing that.
Yeah.
Class.
Wow. Almost definitely.
And we appreciate you
And,
calling.
and Cece, thank you for being an inspiration to us young women,
Yeah.
especially
No, definitely.
up and coming artists. Like you're still doing it. You know what I mean? Like you are still here and ticking. Word. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
You have a
Or-
passion.
Yep. That's longevity, and I hope to have the same thing.
I was just at a party last night, bumping to some house music.
I was bumping you last night, Cece. Cece, baby.
This is definitely an honor to talk to you because even like I told Steve, he said the same thing. Like you're also a legend. I look at you as a legend. I look at her as a legend.
Seriously, I grew up on
Yes,
her.
she's a legend. Like, oh, for the pop music, that's her. Oh man, listen, I can name songs. You got Finally. I don't want to. I can go on.
Hold on. This is DJ Classic. I always wanted to say this to you. You can't hear me? Baby, if you want me.
Oh man. As you can see, we really appreciate you calling. We really wish you was here in front of us. But you know, we do hope that you do come to the show soon.
Yes.
And my mom loves you too.
See, you just have a lot of love.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you,
definitely.
Cece.
We're gonna sing your song in the studio with you.
What's singing?
Yeah, can we sing one song with you right now?
She'll sing it with you.
We're gonna sing it.
We're gonna be your backup.
Oh man, and we gonna definitely listen to her. Go ahead. Oh, that's definitely. We gonna look at the Wendy show tomorrow. I think everybody's
we
gotta watch the
all
Wendy
are.
show. We
I
watch
always
it
watch
tomorrow.
Wendy.
So, definitely. Cece, we appreciate you calling in. It's definitely an honor talking to you. And like we said, we hope to definitely see you soon at the Day Off show.
Yeah.
So Cece, one more thing before you go.
Almost definitely. Go ahead, Class.
Cece, before you go, right? This is DJ Classic. We have two of our co-hosts in here. They're also artists themselves. Do you have any words of wisdom you can give them, about pursuing their career with their artistry?
really
what she said?
appreciate
See what
that.
she said?
You know?
Knowledge.
Yeah, knowledge
Yeah,
is power.
and keep
Knowledge
going
is
and
power.
be in your own space. Thank you, Stacey.
Steve was just saying the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Be fixed. Not, oh, you need to delete this, you need to do that.
All right,
Wow,
Cece.
CC,
Thank
we
you
can
so
talk to
much.
you all day. We can have a good time just talking to you and asking questions. But I know you got a lot of stuff going on. We're gonna finish talking to Steve. And we're gonna
CC baby.
We'll see you on the Wendy Show
We'll
tomorrow.
definitely see you on the Wendy
See you.
Show.
Watching Wednesdays just for you.
No
Okay,
problem.
take care.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.
See what she said, key
Yeah.
word, right? Patience.
And knowledge.
And passion, she's still doing it for the passion, not the money. And that's why
Yeah.
I say that when he comes and goes, this we stay, we do this for the love.
And I wanna touch back on what you said when she was on the phone.
Yeah, we can.
When she was on the phone
Feels weird.
and she said knowledge and you said knowledge. Now that knowledge is power, but it's also what you do with that knowledge, right? What do you do with all the knowledge that you have? And that's something that you use. Exactly,
Yeah,
wisdom, the
there we go.
knowledge you put it
Yeah, I
into.
mean, it all depends if you wanna gain that knowledge.
Yeah.
And you wanna learn from that experience. And you wanna listen to somebody who has that experience, you know? So that's the whole thing. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't wanna listen. They just want to think they know it all, and they can't think they know it all.
You're always learning every day. And it's the fact that you've had all this experience and you learn along the way. You learn how to work with different people. What is that work them? That works for them. Like,
I mean, that's why I keep trying to say, like, people need to build their resume and build their stripes and go through experiences
Yeah.
and go through trials and tribulations and gain knowledge. Knowledge is life. You know,
Yeah.
knowledge is experience, and that's the problem. A lot of people don't want to.
Experience.
exactly.
Well, one thing, have you ever connected with Scram Jones? Because he's another.
Scram is my man. Scram is my man. I was just in Miami with him. You know, we have a mutual good friend, Chris Landry.
Okay.
So, you know, Scram always reaches out. He's one of the best. As a matter of fact, I might see him later on at this outstanding producers conference.
Tell him I said what's up. I used to work with him.
I will. Scram is the key.
He is.
All right, you know what?
Today's show.
We still here. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a break because we had a lot of conversation, and Steve is just dropping knowledge after knowledge after knowledge, man. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. You know, you rocking with the Day Off Morning Show. Steve Lobel is in the building.
Yes,
We still got some more questions to ask him, man. And
I love it. I love it. That's what I'm here for.
dropping knowledge.
We're soaking it up, absorbing it all.
Being a sponge. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we might get some more food, and we might get a couple of mimosas.
Yes,
you know, have a little
please.
fun, you know. We gonna and we gotta rock to some Cece too, cause shout out to Cece
Yes.
Peniston for calling in. That was huge. Like I think I got a 10 high. Look. But anyway, we're gonna take a break. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again. We got an epic show. We got an epic show. I'm just speechless because, like I said, Steve Lobel is in the building with this thing, and then we had Cece Peniston calling in, another legend. And it's just so much going on. There's so much going on. You know what I'm
A
saying?
lot of excitement.
But you know what else was going on? That food. Like, did y'all have the shrimp and grits?
Oh my God.
Wait. See, normally people make shrimp on the side with some grits. This is like shrimp on the grits with. Oh, listen, I ain't gonna talk about it no more because the chef, executive chef Rashad Bryan, is in the building. Y'all, we gotta give it up for Rashad, man. He's in the building.
And on his shirt.
And we can't forget about
Chef Glaze.
there you go. It's already been said.
Always.
And this is what we call talk that chef talk.
These are
Fellas.
the people that find their
Yo,
way
I
to
never worked when he said.
I gotta say it one more time, fellas. Y'all did your thing today. Like Chef Glaze. He didn't cook anything today, but I give it to him for bringing
Oh my
the
God.
shop run. And it's one more person that's part of this group. Stupid.
I was like, who is that?
But this is what we call talk that chef talk. Let's go, Blaze. What you got to say?
Listen, man, today, we about to hit some pointers that's retarded. For example, I didn't go to school, as we all know, but my man right here, he went to school. And the things he been telling me, it's crazy. But before we get into that, Chef, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Yeah.
How you doing? I'm Chef Rashad. I'm from North New Jersey, originally from Jersey City. I was born and raised over there. I went to school, New York Restaurant School. I worked at restaurants like the Water Club, the River Cafe, Union Square Cafe,
Swing?
Tabla, the Frog and the Peach in New Brunswick, and then I broke into making cakes and stuff, and I'm a wholesaler right now to different businesses like Ambassadors and North. You know, they have like 5 stores, Grilled Chicken Palace, Fodges. Shout out to my man Hakeem. And, you know, just different restaurants in North New Jersey, and I'm breaking my way into different things right now.
Okay. How long you been in business?
I've been in business 15 years now.
Alright, so today's question is, how do you feel about everybody and their mama being a chef? Just saying.
Everybody did that
Just
shit.
saying.
Everybody want to be a chef fresh out of school. Backyard chefs, you know, fake caterers.
He's a great
Like, what you think, Rich?
Food industry, like the music industry. Go ahead, sorry. Go.
Okay, Chef Blaze, you say you didn't go to school to be a chef, but you're a chef, and then you say you went to school and you're a chef, so how
Talk that
chef?
shit, Goldie. Talk that
You're
shit.
not a chef, I don't get it.
Some truth, people.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Get it.
Is school
Well,
important?
I know a basketball star that didn't finish school, and he go by the name LeBron James, and he is killing
No,
it.
but I'm saying what makes a chef and then a
Gives you
regular
that
Well,
connection.
basketball player.
He gets a signed contract and
Listen,
he's
listen.
a professional baseball.
It's actually what you go through.
You don't
get to
To get that title.
becoming a chef, starting from the bottom and working your way up. You don't just come out of school or graduate from your mother's kitchen and say, I'm the chef.
But that's really how some chefs are though. Some chefs graduate from school and automatically they think they're the best when
No,
they're not.
it don't work like that. It started at the bottom as a prep cook. And then from prep cook, you go to gourmand jet. Because at prep cook, you learn night skills.
Say that again? Gourmand.
Gourmand jet. So
What
from
does that
prep
mean?
cook to gourmand jet. And then from gourmand jet, you may either get on a grill or you may get sauteed depending on what the restaurant is needing. So after that, then you may break, after you learn all of those stations, and you run through probably about 5 years or more.
And how many people do you have to sleep with to get, and, you know,
Oh my God,
It depends.
excuse me, Chef Rashad, have you studied saucier?
Sauté.
Saucier.
I
like the way he said
it.
Saucier, is that
Saucier is another, that's a whole nother step.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
From
asking if you
coming
studied
up.
saucier. Okay.
And
Yeah.
so do you
Yeah.
guys have papers saying you're a chef and you ran the kitchen?
No, you don't get a paper from running the kitchen.
She thinks it's a
So as
cop.
far as the paperwork, your credentials can come
Yeah,
from
like how do
some-
people
yeah.
trust what you say?
You get, for example, with me, I have my New York food handler's license. I have a Serve Save. I'm sure you're very familiar with that. Those are some of the credentials you gotta present, for example, to the health department. The health department, you know what I'm saying, they determine what level you at. At the end of the day, I could walk down the street and 10 people can be on the grill. The health department walks up and asks you for certain credentials and you don't have it, automatically you're getting fined, right or wrong.
Absolutely.
I got a quick question.
That's why you gotta cook in your
You gotta have
house.
your street cred.
Yeah, it's basically allowed.
In-house food.
I got one quick question, and then I want you to talk about the food that you guys got here today. Looking at TV, there's a lot of different shows that are like chefs and what's his name, like Hell's Kitchen. Let's say, for example. I mean, what do y'all think about the shows that are out? You being a chef,
Or Top Chef?
or exactly, that's another one.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Top Chef is a good show. It's a lot of good shows like Chop. Chop is a great show, you know, to come up off of, you know what I mean? And you know, even the Kid Chef shows.
Oh yeah.
Like,
those are cute.
I'm digging the Kid Chef shows
Those
too
are cute.
because they went through something in order to know that knowledge of you know certain things, and it amazes me to see you know that it's going that far.
Who are some of your favorite celebrity chefs?
Of course, Chef Blaze.
Good.
I'm gonna give it to him. Gordon Ramsay.
Oh yeah, that's my number
It's
one.
another chef that nobody knows about. His name is Sean Fetters. He basically brought me up in the restaurant business. We've been working together for, it's going on like at least 17, 20 years now. So.
No, every chef has kind of like a core, like influence, style of food. What would you say yours is?
Mine is basically like an American cuisine with a French twist.
Okay.
But you said you do cakes?
I do cakes also.
So which
I'm
one?
a pastry chef too.
Ooh. See, that's not
So when you gonna bring a cake, bro?
You got
Oh, we bringing them back. We bringing them back. Don't worry.
I got a quick question. I got a real quick
Do
question.
you, would you rather do pastries or cousins?
Well, look.
You got some
Listen.
chocolate. I was saying both.
Team. With that being said,
Listen.
Garmanger?
Yeah,
That's
Yo,
salad
Thanksgiving.
bread.
Oh, okay.
That's basically the
Thanksgiving, we
salad.
need to bring everybody that has ever cooked
No.
together. and
Put
be
it
like,
together.
I would love that, but no.
Let's do
Oh,
it.
sorry.
Chef,
We-
the day of show.
But listen, with that being said, I want you to explain and tell us what you bought in the building today.
Today I bought breakfast. Of course, the shrimp and grits with a honey garlic glaze.
Oh, say that.
And,
Say that.
That's what
shrimp
that
and
was.
grits with a honey
Yeah, that grits was good.
That glaze right there.
Yo, those grits were so good. I didn't even have to
Did you
put
put butter
ketchup
in
and
the
cheese
grits?
on it.
Absolutely.
You know how we do in that hood.
I'm over here crying already. No, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do it right now. I'm not gonna do it. It's amazing. I love food. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much.
Sure do.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we definitely. Thank you for coming, man.
Oh, listen, I'm full. And I appreciate y'all coming up here each and every week. We got different chefs. Shout out to Chef Blaze in the building, man, because he definitely be blessing us with other chefs that he knows. And they be blessing us with food. And also blessing us with our bellies to be full. So, definitely. So, you know, we just want to give y'all a big shout out, man. Appreciate y'all coming out. And just keep on doing what y'all doing, man. And just
love you
grinding, man.
guys.
That's all it is, man. We love you. We appreciate you. And it's definitely an honor.
Hey, you brought somebody with you. She was on the Party Bullshit show, right?
Yep, that's Chef
That's
Niecy
Trinity.
over there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chef
Hey.
Niecy came out and
She's
helped me this
amazing.
morning. Even though we didn't sleep last night, it was like she came through like 5
Big
o'clock
up
in the
yourself.
morning for me. You know, I really appreciate
Oh yeah,
it.
didn't you make
Coming
food
through.
for Cece yesterday?
Yeah, I did. I cooked at what was that? The E Hotel
Oh.
in Edison, and we did Cece Peniston and Kenny Bolbin
What?
last night, and a big party.
But listen, Chef,
Yeah.
if you ever need anybody to taste your food before it goes out,
What?
or if you want to make sure everything's alright,
I'm down for the pastries.
Shout out to
Okay, I-
DJ Antoine Block. She made that happen. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll be back.
Definitely.
Where can we find you?
yes,
I'm
you
looking to
will.
come see you sometime this week. Where can we find you?
You can find me in North at Ambassador's Kitchen on South Orange Avenue. That's one of my kitchens. Or you could just hit me up on Instagram at Chef Rob 201 or on Facebook at Rashad Bryant.
All right, man. There you have it, man. There
Right.
you
Talk
have
that
it.
chef talk, man. We doing it. Let's get it.
Let's do it. Talk that chef talk. That's that segment, man. Shout out to Chef Blaze
Chef Blaze.
and Rashad Bryan in the building, man. And we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna bring back Steve Lobel, and we got another special guest. I'm gonna let her just say her name when she comes here. I was like, ooh. And then who she works with, I was like, ooh, baby. I like that. But when we come back, yeah, you're gonna get ready to see. We got an epic show for y'all. So I need y'all to stay tuned. Keep listening. The Day Off Show. You rocking with your boy Flyboy Chris, that girl Tina Torres, and you know who the rest of us. We in the building, baby. You already know. We'll be back like we never left. Let's go. Class, that's what you going with today? We partying and bullshitting today?
Since we was on the show, we turned that shit the fuck up, right?
Sure
Yeah.
did.
I like that, man. Shout out to everybody that's listening on the Day Off Show, man. And shout out to Steve Lobel in the building still.
Yes.
And we got another special guest. Cat Raquel is in the building. What's going on, Miss Lady? How are you? What's going on? How is everything?
Great. I had some good food. The grits and shrimp were
Bring it back to black, right?
amazing. So I'm good. You know.
Oh, definitely. So what's new? I mean, what you got going on? I mean, what's new? What you working on?
Staying busy, writing, singing. Got some stuff coming out. Just did some stuff with Rick Ross on his last project. We made like 5.
Okay, how's that going?
Really dope. I mean, that project was really dope. It was really an honor to be a part of it. I think he's just like super talented. Dave East on his latest project, Unhappy Whatever, got something coming out with the Locks. I'm signed to BMG Music Publishing, so I'm just.
Oh, you're busy.
She's
Hold on, she's like, yeah, no, the lines. Hello, X. You may know them as Hello X, but.
And working on my own project, so.
That's good. So you're doing a lot of writing.
I am.
That's good. That's good.
Can I turn around and look at you? Am I supposed to stay?
I'm looking at you. You can turn around, spin around, baby.
Okay.
Look at me. I'm damn. Come on.
Okay.
Sure.
Kat, when is your project set to be released?
So right now we're getting ready to shoot the visual. The first single I have Styles on it from the Locks.
King, baby, Styles King.
Yeah, super dope.
I was just with Jada too. The other day.
Legendary.
Yeah.
You know what? We had Jada at Lust. I was just DJing for what was it? Little Season. The whole Junior Mafia had came
Oh, really?
at Lust, New York.
He was just at a listening party I was at 2 days ago.
They
He's
are
everywhere. He's
Pretty
he's
much.
omnipotent.
Pretty much. So we're gonna shoot the visual and looking to release the project the end of November.
So, what idea do you have behind the visual? Like, what kind of?
Well, it's
vibe are you going
interesting because the song is called On a High, and we all know that Styles is a cannabis man. But I'm coming from like a different point of view. It's more like on a high on like love and the connection. So it's different for him. Like what he's doing on it's usually not really a love kind of thing. He's usually more like, you know, in New York hip hop.
Yeah.
You know?
So do you direct your videos, or are you working with a director?
I wrote the treatment. Yeah, I did write the treatment.
So
I think that's important.
What exactly is
what's going
that for
on?
people who don't know?
Well, so the treatment is basically just like, it's kind of like the script for how the video will look. Like a mini movie, the script for a mini movie. But I think it's important just being a creative person, like you want to, well me anyway, I want to convey my idea and really get it across, you know? And I think sometimes you can get with another creative person, like a video director, and they can, you know,
Understand
exactly.
click, and then they know exactly what the
Right.
vision is.
Right.
You know what's crazy? Times have changed so much because now so many artists have so much to do with their video.
Yes.
Like they have the
Artists have
visual,
to
they
do
know how to
everything
make
now.
the album
I'm telling
look.
you.
And it's crazy because I remember back in the days they had like no say on anything.
Yeah.
They
Well,
could
that's what I was gonna ask you.
They'd be lucky if they can even get their face on the cover
Yeah.
of their own album.
So that's what I want to ask you. Being that you're signed, are you facing any challenges creatively, maybe being boxed in or?
So I'm signed to BMG Music Publishing as a songwriter.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as an artist, I am in control of what I do.
Woo! That
Which
is
I love.
ideal.
Yeah. Which I love. So
That's what's up.
I think today that's one of the things that, you know, with the internet, because you know, the internet, it has its positives and negatives, but I think that as far as a creative person goes and a singer like myself, you can do so much yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can get people all over the world to do music without a label.
I mean, you know what's crazy? Steve was just saying something just like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Shout out to Zach Katz over at Sony BMG. You know Zach?
I do.
It seems like, you know what,
You just dropped the jewel and that was it.
that's
It's the mic, the mic is messed
People,
up.
people.
yeah, that might get
Nah,
messed up, but you
because-
know, we,
Because people in the industry, that especially trying to be songwriters or even get a pub deal, need to know who Zach Katz is at Sony BMG. He's a big dog. So again, you know, off the air we were talking. It's like people don't understand. Like you need to know who's who in the music industry that could change your life.
Yeah.
Going to the club and meeting a rapper is not going to change your life most of the time. Meeting an executive who, you know, genuinely loves your talent or sees the ability of you being an artist or a songwriter, which I feel the biggest important thing in the game right now is a songwriter.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't even write their songs. So Madden and Scott Storch, we love bringing writers in to do the hooks or the melodies, and then the artists come in and sing it and so on and so forth. There's a lot of your favorite artists out there that really don't write their songs. And like a guy like Pooh Bear finally gets the light right now because he gave Justin Bieber his first #1. Well, Pooh Bear's been around a long time writing songs. So it's always a person like a young lady, she's a songwriter, but then she can become an artist and go from there, and she can run her whole career herself and creatively make content and do music and then make such a buzz that people will come and sign her as an artist. But she could probably make more money and buy houses by writing songs and have a piece of songs. People don't really know that. And that's why I was just telling the young lady on my left that this is the music business. So if you're a producer and you don't know what ASCAP is or BMI or CSAC, you're really not a producer. If you don't know what splits are, like I know when she goes in the studio, she sure knows what splits are. You know what I mean? So you need to know the business. You know, if you're an artist, you know you got to build a team. Together, everybody achieves more. That's what a team stands for. Jay-Z got a team. You know, 50 got a team. They don't do it themselves.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a real artist, you get a team and you build a team with you, and they grow with you as you grow. Just don't get amnesia and forget who helped you and put you on, and then next thing you know, the call will come back to hit you.
Steve, I wanted to say one thing too. You know, I I hate when everybody talks about the business. Everybody goes, you know, when you going to perform? What have you been doing? Like, I like the background stuff. Like, see what you're saying? Like, you know, I'm working with these names, or this is what we do. We got the writers. Like, I like to know what's going on in the background. You know, not just the artist. Like, oh, he's performing. I've been here. I'm gonna be here. Like, I like to know, like, you know, who's writing the music, who's producing the music, who's the executive on the music. Like, that's
that's amazing that you say that, but not everybody's thinking like that. Most people are thinking like, who's popular at the moment,
Exactly, right.
or who can I go hang out with at the moment, who can I get leaned up at the moment, who could I throw money in the air at the strip club at the moment. So what you need to know is like, look, so I manage Scott Storch. My job is to like find out who are the incredible songwriters out there. So my relationship's got to be with the publishers and managers to say, hey, I need to get some songwriters in and put some top line on some of these tracks. My job is to know who's hot and relevant right now, who just got signed, who's creating a buzz, and who is signed. And that's why I build my relationships with the A&Rs and artists and managers and so on and so forth. So again, it's the backstory of the music business. Like, of course, we all want to look cool, and of course, we want to get the likes and the followers, but what happened to the before that? You know, what happened to the artists that were independently selling stuff out their trunk, and they were sound scanning 300,000 records like Rap-A-Lot Records and Swat House Records? People are still doing it independently now, but you know, it's a different independent game. You can create a buzz off SoundCloud or streaming, you know, on Spotify and just get a great booking agency and then just do big shows and sell your merchandise. So the game has changed. You got to know how to evolve with the game. You know, and I try to tell people, like, when I meet managers, I'm like, oh, you manage? Really? Like, okay, so, like, what is your skills of it? That's the homie. Okay, that's great, but you could be the homie and become the manager, but learn the business. So I try to tell people that in the music business, you have to be organized. You got to have common sense, which we know common sense is not common. You need to be, you know, follow up. If I didn't follow up, I wouldn't be here today at the station. So you got to follow up, right? And then organization, you got to be organized. You can't be all over the place. And then you got to never take no for an answer. I don't take no for an answer.
I have another quick question.
Yeah.
Like you.
That sound or that person, and they're not going for the guy who makes everybody else hit. It's just somebody's comfortable with.
And you know what, class? Yesterday I was in the studio. Yesterday I was with my boy, and I was just watching him work. And being an artist and the engineer's job is so, like, it's, I wouldn't say difficult, but the work you got to put in being the engineer to get that beat. And then for the artist to know where they want that song, it's not like, all right, give me a beat. Right, it has to be in sync, and that engineer has to be on point with the artist. It's just.
Yeah, but I also record myself.
That's another thing.
Yes.
That's what makes a great artist. That's also.
See, that takes a lot of patience because you have to sit in front of the computer and like, wait, how do you? Where's your recording? Where do you record?
At home. I have a setup.
Like right next to you?
You know, yeah, like I have my setup is literally on a breakfast bar in my kitchen, and I taught myself, you know, how to make my voice, how I like it, you know, to sound, and how I can do this effect.
Oh, you mix it.
You know, and I do it
you mix your
myself.
vocals.
You know, and then when I want a real mix, I send my vocals out. Like I have vocals that are on major label records that I did in my kitchen.
And that allows you some grits. That allows you to not have to be. That allows you to not have to.
You see what she's saying though? She's doing it herself because you can do it yourself these days.
Absolutely.
And you got to create a sound. Like I tell artists, like go find a young producer and create the sound that matches your artistry. Because the way DMX and Swiss Beats, or Missy and Timbaland, or you know, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. You know, you create the sound. So, you know, it's hard to be a legacy producer and still stay relevant. That's what I've been doing with Scott Storch. But there's so many young people out here. Just build your sound, build your chemistry. You can record stuff in your kitchen. The next thing you know, it's going to wind up on the radio. You understand? Because there's so many young artists out here that are like, you know what? You ain't putting me on. You ain't helping me. I'm going to learn how to engineer. I'm going to learn how to produce. I'm going to learn how to record myself. I'm going to learn how to sing. I'm going to learn how to rap. I'm going to shoot my own videos and find my little team and do that. It's crazy. It's like the Wild Wild West now. There's no rules. But again, it's not what you know. It's who you know. There's many people who would love to be in an environment to get a connect, to get to BMG.
And what you said that was very important, which I like relate to is organization, especially as I'm an artist, I'm a singer, and I do a whole bunch of stuff, and so does everyone at this table. But you have to stay organized. If you say, oh, I'm gonna do this next week, don't forget that you have to do that. Because come on, like you gotta organize yourself
That's the
completely.
hardest thing. Like I gotta follow up
Yeah.
daily to see what sessions I'm gonna set up, or what shows I'm gonna book, or what I'm gonna do for this artist or that artist. The biggest key in this game is follow up and being organized.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have a calendar and a schedule and say who I'm gonna go out and reach after and try to get in with. Remember, there's 100 other people trying to do the same thing. Because of the internet, it's a gift and a curse of people around the world now that are talented and getting discovered and making moves. So again, it always goes back to not what you know, it's who you know. Again, there's people who want to get in these buildings to get close to these people, and they get in the building and they don't know who the person is because they're chasing the artist or the rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's many people who love to be at that post-publishing party the other day to get in there as a songwriter to the network. There would be people who get backstage at the Meadows Fest the other day just to get close to someone behind scenes. It's always behind the scenes people that can change your life and help.
Yeah, you know what, Steve? It's so funny because the artist, I was with my boy, he was with his nephew, and it's funny that you say that because he's young, he's 21, 22, and he was talking about A Boogie. And he was like, yo, I would love to go to an A Boogie concert. And he was like, I was at somewhere with A Boogie. Dang, I should have gave him my music. And they're so hyped to see the artist. And the first thing they want to do is give the music to the artist. And like, nah, if he hears it, I'm going to be hot. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing they think of. They hear, like even if somebody was like, oh, I'm going to go see Rick Ross. If I give it to him and he listens to it, they going to fit. I understand that.
Listen, that's why Kurt 50 said back in the day, okay?
Right. But it's just like,
you just never know.
You never know. And it's just like,
right. But
And
we're not trying to
you
be used for 15 minutes. You know what I mean? So don't go to the fucking rappers.
and it's so crazy because it's like, and you never know. That artist just might take it. And it's like they want to be so close to that
But
artist.
I'm gonna give you
and
some
it's
game.
crazy.
If I'm a songwriter, producer, rapper trying to get on, I'm trying to find out who's who as the entertainment lawyer. I'm trying to find out who is the manager, who is the publisher. You know, the publishing companies with the writers are the biggest key in this game right now. Because again, everybody's trying to find that hit. But no one knows what a hit is these days because music is all over the place.
Yeah.
So that's why I always say that people learn who's who. We get who the artist is, but there was someone there who opened the door for the artist, will help the artist, or change the artist's life. It's a gift and a curse when it comes to that. But again, like she's saying, she signed to BMG. How many people out there really know what BMG is and who runs it? Zach Cat is running it. Zach Cat used to manage J.R. Rodham, super producer, put Sean Kingston and Jason Derulo on and Ayaz and a lot of people. So people have to understand that you want to know who's who. You want to approach people like myself and other people, but approach us respectfully because we're the ones looking to change someone's life. We're looking for this. I have a consulting business, Steve Lobel Consulting, and people send me music all day long. I'm listening to it all because guess what? I might find that next rapper, but guess what? I might find that next songwriter, but guess what? I might find that next producer, or I might find that next song that I could probably say, hey, I want to use that, and I'll give you the publishing, and we'll do the splits, and I'll blah, 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 blah. So it's a different thing. You just have to know how to navigate through this music business.
Steve, I have a personal question.
Steve.
Yeah, yes.
So,
I'm sorry, you know.
what,
If I'm gonna come and talk, I'm gonna talk and give knowledge, you know?
I love it.
She about to get it with Scott's Storage though.
Okay, so being that there are a lot of industry standards and formulas, a lot of people have tried to tell me over the years what to do. Oh, you got to choose a lane. You got to be this. You got to be that. I understand you have to be marketable. You have to choose your demographic. But Bruno Mars said, when they asked him, they said, who is your target demographic? He said the universe. And Bruno Mars is reaching the universe. I just sang at Highline Ballroom. I did a Latin show Friday night. Next month, I'm opening it for Chief Keef. From Latin to hip hop, from mambo to hip hop. And people said that I could not do this, but I'm doing it now. Thank
That's
you.
a fact. I like haters.
So-
Because they're the ones that make us
I think today.
Exactly.
I was told I ain't supposed to be shit, so it's all good.
Oh, there you go.
That's what's up. You know what?
I try to keep, I stay away from negativity, even though I deal with a lot of negativity, but, you know, when people are negative, you know, just like, no problem, they just encourage me more. But again, you know, like, you're saying like, there is no rules no more. It's
Yeah.
the wild west out here. So people are telling people you should be this. Listen, Bruno Mars, a dear friend and one of the most talented people. I listen to Bruno Mars. I love that type of stuff. But you know, Bruno Mars used to be in the studio with us with Sean Kingston, Nipsey Hussle as a songwriter. Him and his partner Phil. You know, and then they became huge. So at the end of the day, someone's always got an opinion. And that's just their opinion. You might not like my shoes, I might like your shoes. Doesn't mean we need to beat each other up and fight each other, but you have to take people's opinions. But most people in this industry are followers, not leaders. I was there when Justin Bieber couldn't even get a deal. And everybody was like, no, 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 no. You know what I mean? Nipsey Hussle, no, 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 it's never gonna work. And then when it jumps, everybody jumps on the dick, excuse my French, or the bandwagon. Again, that's why people, if you believe in something, you follow your heart and your gut, and you go with it. But again, there is no rules no more. Everybody got an opinion. And record companies, they're like falling off, fucking up, because I feel like the A&R is not around, so to speak, no more, because these artists are out there so creatively creating their buzz and creating their music themselves, and the label will come and give you a loan and sign you and say, I'm going to do this for you and that for you. But at the end of the day, they're the ones who created their buzz with what they wanted to do. Music's all over the place now, so it's a free-for-all. So people can give opinions, but you know, listen to it, but still be yourself. Make the music you're making, do what you want to do, be yourself, and just tell everybody, fuck them, and I'll see you at the top. You know, God can judge only, and God is great.
Straight from
Hallelujah.
And I just want to say something, going back to what you were saying. Going back to what you were saying about everyone being the same, and also how it is that they approach the person that they should be speaking to. At the end of the day, you're selling your personality in everything that you do. Everyone out here, I feel like they are putting a lot of the same things out, but it's how you go about presenting yourself. What makes you different? Like I'm clearly selling something. I'm putting music out there, but what is making that different?
I mean, just the approach, you know,
just
like,
approach.
you know, if people approach me all day long, I'm humble, I'm cool, but if you approach me with the disrespect, I'm not going for it. That's the Queens in me.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, we should give respect, you get respect, and you know, again, when you're trying to network and politic in this game, you know, do it with a passion and a humbleness, so people can understand that. So again, I gotta jump, but thank you guys for having me. Anybody want to get at me? We working on Instagram, Twitter, Steve Lobel, or you can Google me. But before I leave, hold on, I need this young lady to sing real quick.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that.
I'll sing back.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So
We're gonna get you to sing.
yeah, I want to
All right, let's do it.
Come on. I want to sing. This is coming out on an artist that you guys all know. This is just the hook. It's a rap hook. Lord have mercy on my soul before you take me home. Only some know what these streets will put you through. I know not what I do. I'm gonna leave it at that.
But now, see, I'm curious, what is it?
The content of this right here.
Right.
That's what I feel. And
Yeah.
of course
Felt
your
that,
voice.
right?
That was an exclusive, baby.
That's probably coming out some baby stuff.
It probably is.
Yeah.
It definitely
It's
is.
got too much content in that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's.
It sounded more like it was for Davies, and that's my boy.
Davies is
That's
amazing.
my boy. Like that's my homie right there.
I just need to say thank you, Jesus, because there's hope for the music industry. Thank you.
It really is. Like sometimes I feel like there's no hope for music no more.
Nah,
Man.
don't ever say that. There's always hope because the music's never going to disappear.
Right.
They told us back in the days hip hop will never make it, and it's
And look.
42 years old. It's the biggest genre of music. It's the biggest genre. You got every kid from Beverly Hills, Long Island, to the ghettos around the world who love hip hop and fiend it and want to be in it and be like it. That's why I got a whole thing called Hip Hop Don't Know You. If you're a white kid, say from like Roslyn, Long Island, and you come from a rich family, and you change you rap, but you don't know who Third Bases or the Beastie Boys is, hip hop don't know you. You know what I mean? You just want to be in the culture because it's a fad at the moment, but then you don't want to be around the Afro-American people. Like I always say, if we would accept black people like we accept black culture, it'd be a different style. Because there's people growing up in Long Island being raised to be racist, but meanwhile they're the first people buying the first 5 rows of the Knicks game or the Lakers game. You know, and I'm far from racist, and I'm a white guy, and people say to me, like, why you think you black, why you think you hip hop? I say, you're a fucking ignorant fuck. So you understand, like, you from the Midwest, and you don't know MC Breed is rest in peace, or Proof from D12 rest in peace, or the Dayton family, hip hop don't know you. If you're from the Bay Area, you don't know who Mac Mall is, or Digital Underground, or the Loonies, people I've worked with hip hop don't know you. So that's why I say if you can walk the walk, talk the talk. There's too many people out here fronting, too many people acting like they know about the culture, too many people think they're in the culture and they're really not. It's no disrespect to likes and followers and stuff, like, you know, a lot of people out here saying they models, like, what you modeling? What runway you walking down? What agency you really with? Like, you just showing your ass off and your boobs, and that to me, like, if I had a daughter, I would take away from that. Because that's not someone you want to look up to. Like, no respect to Kylie Jenner, what are we looking up to? What's the resume and the stripes? The mom's a genius in the branding, but if we ain't out here teaching the younger kids, they're going to want to grow up and be like this, and it's fucked up, the world we're living in. Everybody's like, yo, let's get this pic, let's do this. I get it. I've been taking pics. I've been around and all this stuff, but let's do it in a meaning way to uplift people, encourage people. She's a singer. She wants to get on this. She's doing this. You got to encourage her and push her music. And one share with this. Remember, I help everybody get on. There's enough for everybody out here. And y'all got a platform. If you ain't gonna use the platform to be positive and elevate and help, then you don't need to have this platform. And that's why I tell people that go on platforms, they're like, well, who's fucking who's beating me? I'm out. Peace. Don't waste my time. You know what I mean? Because that's what I'm not into. I'm not worried about who's broke. I'm not worried about who's fucking who's beating with who, because half the shit is all fake.
Yeah.
It's all fake. I'm not counting the next man's pockets. That's the next man's pockets. Why you worried about if he fell off or not? Or you worried about who's fucking who? God bless you. You know, it's all corny to me. And that's what I'm out here for, to preach and give knowledge back. So I don't want to talk your asses off. I have no filter. I'll talk for days and keep it moving. God bless y'all.
You need to give like one of them inspirational drops in the ball. Drop the mic. We can't. Don't drop the mic. We can't even afford it.
Yo, Steve, yo,
Nah, but
appreciate you coming out, man. Definitely. This was church, yo.
Yeah, you made a lot of great points.
This was church.
This was church. My soul is refreshed.
Definitely. I'm just listening to him speak and just a huge smile across my face. Like, whoa.
Kat, I mean, do you
I
have...
thought it was because you got your hair done.
Maria was going.
And shout out to Chef, man. Those sandwiches was amazing.
Oh, it was. Definitely was. I mean, Kat, anything you want to add to this? I mean, I feel like it's not nothing else to say, but, you know, at the same time.
I'm sure she's got a lot to say.
Man, I feel everything that Steve was saying, like everything.
Right.
Because that's where I come from. Like, I've been in the game for a minute. I'm not really impressed by how many followers you have and this and that, whatever. It's like, what are you really grinding for? Like, what's in your heart? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
What's your why?
Yeah, like what is your why? And I just try to, from an artist's perspective, stay true to what really moves me. You know,
And that's what you gotta do.
That's what you gotta do, you know. And like he said, there's enough room out here for everybody.
It really
We taking them to church today. I'm gonna say one more thing. Anything that anybody's doing, everybody sitting at this table, anybody in life, always have an end game. Like with me, right? I'm gonna put out my book when I got 100,000 followers, because I know those 100,000 followers are gonna be organic. They follow me for a reason. If I could sell 10% of my 100,000 books, that's my end game. My end game with Scott Storch is to win a Grammy. So it ain't to make $1 million. We're gonna make that. We're gonna win a Grammy. So I always got goals. Bone Thugs and Harmony, been with them 20-some years, because I come from integrity, loyalty, principles, and morals, which people don't even know about these days. My end game with that is Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Everything I do has got an end game. So that's what everybody needs to do out there. Again, I gotta go this time. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Everybody's on my live saying, yo, you taking us to church.
That's a
But we're
fact.
taking them to church. If you're Jewish out there, Happy New Year next week, Yom Kippur and all that. God bless y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. The food is great. The hospitality. I gotta go. Bye.
Yo, Steve, yo, we definitely appreciate you coming out, man.
so
Definitely.
much.
Yo, we definitely went to church today, yo. I'm glad we actually had Steve come through. We got Kat, she's still in the building, and it's just like we speechless. At this point, we speechless. Like,
It's a lot of
It was a
information.
very humbling show.
I want to actually bring
Like,
Steve
ew.
to the strip club with me and see these parties. But see, it's not even that. No, it's not even that. I just want him to sue me because I host all the strip clubs in Queens.
Really?
Yeah.
Just got shut down.
I know. We'll talk about that later.
I was
Anyway.
installed it 2 weeks weeks ago for Pistol Pete's birthday,
Yeah.
and the way they searched me there,
It's horrible.
they violated my manhood. So I don't like strip clubs.
I don't deal with starlets. I deal with Angels, City States. I got Angels tonight.
I'm coming to see you, but I don't like strip clubs. But I'm
Chris,
coming to
when
see
you
you.
go to guys strip clubs, I'm coming.
Wait, time out. That's not even never.
Okay, show's over.
Anyway, but the only reason I say that because I want to bring, because I bring artists. I bring a lot of new artists out because they always, I want my song played, I want my song played. So I would love Steve to just sit there because I know a lot of people don't even know who Steve LaBelle is, and I just want him to hear it, and I just want to see his opinion on it.
I just want to see what butt naked lady.
I'm going to speak at the Outstanding Producers right now. The Outstanding Producers panel is amazing. It's a convention that's going on this weekend, and they got writers, outstanding writers, outstanding producers. I'm about to go speak on that panel with Scram Jones is going to be at, and it's really inspiring producers coming to prepare them how to take a meeting, what a team is, what are sounds, you know, to create the sound. So it's amazing.
What convention? Where?
Yeah, Jay Hatch got it, and you know it's outstanding. It's amazing. And like I said, it don't matter if people know who I am, my brother. I'm just gonna be myself and get back anyway. But I'm down to go to strip club for that.
Right.
I'm not going to strip club.
That's the only reason why I want to
I'm not going to pop bottles. I'm not going to spend money.
I just want you to sit there with me and just listen. Because I got so many artists that hit me a day and I bring them to the club, let them play their music. I mean, they're going to throw and do what they think.
No, you can break your artists in the strip club, bro. You got to break.
That's what I do, most definitely. Most definitely.
Kidding me? Yeah.
That's the best place to break
It's
a
the best
Nah,
place
no.
where it breaks.
No, I do it a
Don't say
lot.
you're going to be an artist, aspiring artist, you don't want to go to the club and get your record break. That's what I'm saying. Don't be in it halfway. You got to be in this shit all the way or get out.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a
listen.
gift and a curse, this game.
Well, listen, we got to end the show, man, and I don't want to end the show. We had a great show today, man.
Yeah, I don't want to go, man. Y'all throwing me out. I really like this, man. Like when you guys speak real knowledge and you get to meet good people that
That's a
are
fact.
inspiring,
Shout
you
out to
know?
Steve LaBelle for being in the building, man. That's a fact.
And shout out Cat, man.
And definitely, of course.
Yeah, she got a big record coming out. I don't know. So she don't want to say it though, you know?
Beauty, brains, vocals, experience, wisdom, everything.
Nah.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, definitely. Shout out to Steve LaBelle in the building, man. And definitely shout out to, of course, the Day Off Show. We here, man. And shout out to Kat. She's in the building, man. That's a fact. Definitely give out your Instagram real quick.
I am Tina Torres.
And go ahead.
You can follow me, Goldie, at Wow It's Goldie. WWIGST.